Howard TV did research where they do like a Q rating thing, and they try to find out, you know, how many people are aware of me. Everyone's aware of me. There's no problem with awareness.
Right.
I'm 98 or 99% awareness. Like, you could show a picture of me to people. They did it with Baba Booey. I don't know why Baba Booey and Artie, but they didn't even use you. They were like, what do you think about Baba Booey? What do you think about Artie? Everyone likes Artie. Artie's super funny. They describe him as, you know, a little bit crude, but funny, and they likable. Baba Booey, everyone loves Baba Booey. I'm reading the research, and then it gets to me, and they go, well, because Howard's so controversial, maybe this is the reason for the results. Like, 40% of the people kind of like me. The rest of them think I'm a fucking asshole.
Really?
Crude.
Everybody loves Artie.
Oh, Artie, yeah. They love him.
But are you sure they really know who me and Baba Booey are?
I don't know. They like you. they seem to, they know who you are. Wait, I think I even have that. You know what? I didn't print it out. I was so disgusted. I said, I'm not doing this on the air.
Artie, they even break it down to like demographics, who knows us, men, women, what age, and
give a report like
hold on, let me.
I mean, do a brief report. Don't go into every detail, but it was you and Artie, right? Are like likable.
Like appeal. Okay, here you go. 71% of adults 18 plus like Artie. 29% dislike him. 53% like me. 47% don't like me. 32% like you, Howard. 68% dislike you.
Wow.
I'm on the show with these fucking guys, and I'm the least likable.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm the clear winner there. Wow.
You have like you're almost like
you're juggernaut.
You know who you're like? You're like Brad Pitt, or you're up there.
I'm a fat, cuddly little bear.
Your likability factor is through the roof.
Yes.
You're the kind of guy advertisers are looking for. You should read the live commercial, not me.
Right. I'm the whore guy.
This is the best one. They ask about certain attributes, and they give you some buzzwords. So. People interviewed, 67% thought Artie was funny.
Right. Read mine. Skip down to mine.
Okay. In order, the top amount of people think you're rude, Howard. That's 55%. 43% think you're creepy.
Creepy. Can you? I'm reading this thing. I go. Not only am I rude, I can deal with.
Okay.
Creepy.
My first two were creepy and rude, but they're much lower numbers.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
41% think you're overexposed. 41% think you're kooky and wacky. And 38% think you're aggressive. So,
anything nice?
No, it was one more horrible thing than the next. And I'm saying, well, they ought to make an Artie channel or a Baba Booey channel, not a Howard channel.
Hold on, Artie. Here's the best one. So Howard's top 5 are rude, creepy, overexposed, kooky, wacky, and aggressive. Even when you get down to my 5th attribute, 21% of people think I'm funny. Howard didn't even get funny.
I'm not even funny. I'm a fucking wacky, creepy guy.
See, I don't think that these. How many people did they ask?
100.
And where?
It was 100 people.
No, this is like Artie. This is like a real,
give the company that does it, because it's like.
It's called eScore, and they do market poll research for 1,100 people. It's basically
it was
like
1,100 people, but they do a cross section.
And they base a lot of stuff on this research they do.
Do you ever think that maybe they think I'm that other Howard Stern, the fucking Anna Nicole guy? Is that possible?
Took care of Anna?
Because he's creepy. Am I creepy?
No, I mean, look, I'm a guy's guy. I've never thought you were creepy. I think you're hilarious.
It says 23%.
I don't know who they're asking.
23% think I killed Anna Nicole Smith. Wow.
You got to think of women who think that, like, having any nude chick is creepy. Like,
why don't you switch seats with me? You ought to do the show. I mean, we would clearly do much better if you were running things.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we'd rule the universe. He has a 71% rating.
71% likability, Artie Lang.
You see, all this fucking thing does is get me shit on the show.
Gee, I would have thought you were at least 5% creepy.
He's not creepy at all.
I'm way creepy.
Not according to that survey.
No, people love you. They hate me. I'm reading this thing. I'm laughing my ass off. I go, Jesus Christ! It's a Howard Stern show, and I'm the shithead.
Thank God Artie's here.
Right. Thank God, man. Don't you ever leave.
Well, either God.
Let me tell you my
God might take me.
Let me tell you my heroin horror stories then, if that's what you like.
Well, they like. See, people love a guy who's flawed.
Yeah,
they really
I
do.
mean, why don't you get on heroin?
Yeah, that's an idea.
That makes you more likable.
Gary in Los Angeles. Go ahead. Gary? Oh, gone. Gone with the wind.
Howard, can I just give you one more thing off this report?
Yeah.
So they did a summary at the end, And they said Artie and Gary scored better in awareness among, key Howard TV demographics, blah, blah, blah. 2 attributes shared by Artie and Gary, funny and kooky wacky, are qualities we would hope to see associated with the Howard TV brand. Howard clearly has his fans and enemies. He is still a well-known personality with polarizing appeal who comes across as rude.
Yeah. Like Gary and Artie are funny, and I'm not.
Yeah,
let me remind people of my Ted Kennedy impression. I'm going to take that out right now. Let's settle the fucking score. It's ridiculous. I'm funny.
Well, it's clearly. I mean, look, there's something wrong with it.
You don't have to argue. You got the result.
No, just because there's something wrong with it because.
Hi, this is Grandma Caprio. This might have been why you guys.
Come on. Why they like me? Because you're abusing my grandmother.
By the way. No, I thought it was hysterical.
I don't want to say anything anti-Gary because I love Gary, but clearly Gary's not a comedian.
No,
like
he's
these
funny.
people aren't. I think
Artie.
Gary is funny. The people think what the people think.
Artie, the results are in. The public has voted.
Well, I'm insulted as a comedian that people think Gary's funny too.
He's not as funny as you.
Well, what percentage said you were funny, Gar?
Hold on a second. When they ask people, do you think Gary's funny, 21% said I was funny.
Oh.
And what does Artie's score?
67% said Artie was funny.
See, you're much funnier than Gary.
Well, why don't you come in here and host the show then, Mr. Ha-Ha?
But it's funny because, I'm looking at, I guess they threw out a bunch of buzzwords and they give you the top 5, percentages. So Artie's number 1 thing is funny, and then next people thought he was talented, then kooky and wacky, then a distinctive voice, and the last thing on his list is rude. Your top thing is rude. See, you're rude and creepy, and I'm creepy and rude.
Wow, good.
You didn't get talented?
No, you didn't get funny?
Well, my psychiatrist is going to get an earful today. Book out the next 3 hours, Robin. That's right. So I'm reading this. I go, that's some research. And I'm so happy they sent it to me. I can't tell you.
Yeah, what are you going to do with that?
Gee, isn't this a good report? I suck. I'm a creep.
Who do you think for that information?
I don't
Why
know.
did they pick us anyway?
Doug Goodstein forwarded it to me so I could feel good about myself. Yeah, some things can be a secret, around here.
I would bury that report. When I read that last time, I'm going, this is not a good thing.
Yeah, he sent it to everyone. Yeah, a douchebag.
There are sometimes when you don't need to see that report.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's going to change as a result of it. Why send it?
Doug, it's not going to help me when I have my big meeting today and tell people that they're not funny and that they need to do this and they need to do that.
Excuse me, what does Artie think?
No, it's great. What's great about that report is he has all the attributes for a Howard TV brand. Gary has all the attributes for a Howard TV brand.
But Howard doesn't.
The guy who's Howard TV does not have the attributes for his own brand.
You can't be on your own station.
You can't be on your own station.
I am now resigning, like Governor Spitzer. Robin, stand at my side. I resign.
But I will come back.
I will certainly be a subscriber to Artie Baba Booey TV.
Gary, when they were discussing the Q ratings earlier, how is it possible that your comedic rating is higher than Howard's?
It didn't say, it's not my comedic rating, it's whether people thought I was funny or not. And sometimes you could be funny, maybe they think I'm funny looking. Maybe they think I'm funny when Howard yells at me, but they don't take that into account for Howard. You know what I mean? It didn't say that I am a better comedian. Right. It said that they find me funny.
But they didn't. But the funny part was that they didn't think Howard was at all.
Well, because I think that Howard has other characteristics that override that, at least in people's mind. The first thing people think of with Howard is he's rude and all that other stuff. So, I don't know how funny doesn't turn up on Howard's chart. Don't get it.
It might be that he's just so polarizing to the mainstream public that they just can't.
Yeah, but if you talk to 1,100 people and you're supposed to be getting a cross section there as fans, you would think that the first thing they would say is, "Why do you listen to Howard?" Because he's funny.
Right, and it's odd that he's created this forum for yourself and Artie to be funny and popular. Yet
listen, I'm a producer of a radio show, happens to be on the air. Do I crack a joke once in a while? Yeah, but I wonder if people find me funny because they like the way I react when he's yelling at me.
Right, so it's not necessarily that you have
Right, they didn't qualify what funny means.
Your Q rating that they discussed earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with that? How have you possibly eclipsed the guy whose show it is, who hosts the show?
Listen, I'm thinking about opening up a school for likability, funny, charming, and how to be unrude and uncreepy. I clearly have captured the public's imagination in a way that we haven't seen in this country.
I'm a bit of a guru to a lot of people, and let's face it, I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm good looking, I have great bone structure, I'm popular, I'm not creepy, I'm not rude, I'm likable, talented. People who have known me for years have known this, and it's not new news to them.
So dare we say welcome to Lang Nation.
Welcome to Lang Nation. And it is kind of odd that no one would know that, really, if it wasn't for Howard. But I guess people forget about that. People love a loser, baby.
If the Yankees said to you, all right, we'll let you play in a game, would you lose the weight so you could get into some kind of...
To play in a game?
Yeah.
And face a major league pitcher?
Right.
I would love that.
Would you lose the weight?
Yeah. And I would do anything.
Well,
I
let's
would love
get
to,
him that.
So
I
if
would
I
love
can
to
get you
stand
that, if I
at the
can
plate.
call the Yankees,
Yeah.
I'm going to work on this.
Go
I'm
ahead.
telling you right now, Gary's going to work on it. I don't do anything.
Would you do it with the Mets?
Oh.
No, I said major league pitching.
All right. You could probably hit any pitcher on the Mets, right?
Well, Santana might give you trouble.
All right, so if I could get you an exhibition game with the Yankees.
Absolutely. I'd lose whatever you... Oh, my God.
Whatever we want.
I would love to face a major league pitcher and
You
just
would.
see what that looks like. A slider, a fastball, yeah.
But you got to get in shape. You got to. You got.
I know. Well,
Don't make a mockery of this.
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
with
take
me
it
out of
seriously.
shape, at least the pitcher has a chance of striking me out. If I get in shape,
You could
Yeah.
hit it. Do you think you could hit off a Major League Baseball pitcher?
I'll tell you what, I'm arrogant enough as a frustrated athlete to say, I bet he doesn't strike me out.
Wow.
Really?
And that just probably
What are you
people's
saying? Like a
heads just
foul out,
exploded.
or you're saying?
But I'm not. I'm talking
No.
about.
You're saying you can get a hit.
I'm talking about. We talked about this before. Gary's going to laugh now. I'm talking about the shittiest pitcher on the Tampa Bay
Oh, you
Devil
can't
Rays.
do it. It's
Oh,
gotta be a good
stop
pitcher.
Let me
it.
ask you something.
No, not a good. A good
What if I
pitcher
take a
strikes
guy-
out
what if I-
A-Rod.
What if I take a guy from the Yankees, pitch against you, guy who sits on the bench? You know, he doesn't really play. He's a backup
Gotta have a
guy.
major league contract as a pitcher.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What about
What is this?
what about John Maine from the Mets? Fan of the show, in the
All right.
starting rotation, big name pitcher. You think you can hit
Why
him?
is it the starting rotation? I
Are you insane?
No, I'm not insane. And I'm saying I don't think he wouldn't strike me out. Like if you gave me 5 at-bats,
Right.
I don't think he'd strike me out every time.
No, we're not giving you 5. What do you mean 5 at bats? You got to go through 5 different times?
yeah, I mean, you got to let a guy get his,
Hey,
get his
Robin.
bearings. Come on.
right, if you
Major
had
League.
What
Artie-
time do we have
If
for
you-
this?
What do you think's good?
if you
How
have
much
5 at-bats-
time?
if you
what
have-
the fuck are we doing?
By the way, I want
Talking
to show you.
Eric the Midget?
I want to show what you're dealing with. Here's video. This is from Howard TV. This is Artie falling during the softball game. If here he is, just so you know. Jingle Ball Blacks. You're on. Oh, I don't know what that was, but anyway, here.
I thought that was the.
Boom. There's Artie.
Yeah, get the fucking video of me hitting the ball off the broad in Vegas.
Oh, I got to see that again.
I'll bring in the video. That's when I was thinner.
Can I see
I'll
it
bring
again?
in the video of me fucking getting a hit in Gordon Lamatti's 500th win. that was sad. Like that was, look at that. That was Robin's old assistant who came over to
Can
help.
I see that one more time? That is funny. Come on.
You know what? You can all go fuck yourself. I have video of me like
There's
chilling
the
him.
ball.
Yeah,
The ball is
1981.
hit, and you
1981,
back up
your
to
ass.
catch.
Back to Artie.
You fall, and the ball hits you.
He didn't get to the ball.
What happened?
Notice that Will, who's a smart manager, has me at shortstop.
What happened to my athlete there?
I fell. It happens to the best of us,
What
man.
happened there?
It happens to the best of us. That was in Central Park. It was still chilly out.
Right.
Artie, if I got you 5 at bats, how many times could he strike you out?
I bet he's. I'll say if you give me 5 at bats,
Go ahead.
I bet I hit the ball. I make an out off a hitting ball, not a strikeout, 3 times.
Is that an average time you go through the rotation 5 times in a game?
Well, no, 4 is probably the
That's
average.
what I was going to say. Wouldn't
'Cause it would
be
give
more
him a
like
little
4?
warm-up.
Hold on a second. Let me talk to Artie rationally. For
Well,
a
I
second.
would, I would take batting practice first.
But wait, in your heyday, in the best you ever were, what would you say was the average speed of pitching you were looking at?
My senior year in high school, we
God.
played.
You're talking about a guy who throws.
You asked the guy a question. Let
My
him answer.
semi-pro. Okay, do I have to go to semi-pro summer
Yes.
of '86 when I led the team in home runs on average? 436 batting average. I'd probably say about 80 to 85.
Okay, so you're talking about a guy throwing a 93 to 95 mile an hour fastball.
So what's the difference between 85 and 93?
Huge. No,
Did you get a lot of hits?
Enormous.
When it was
A
at
lot of
85?
hits. Robin, please.
Oh, I'm just
The
asking.
guy had over a 400 batting average.
436.
No, but you want to know something? There's a way big difference. I was just reading a book by John Grisham. This guy hit 500. He was going to the majors. They were going to sign
did, John Grisham?
No, there was a book he wrote about this guy who was going to.
I know.
He was going to write, and he went to the major leagues, and he just.
All right, this is all ridiculous.
Why do you think there's a minor league
Can you
in
arrange this with John Maine?
I'm going to try.
All right.
I would try, because at least it's somebody we know. The Yankees, I don't know.
Can you lose 70 pounds by August?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
It's going to be in August?
Oh, all right. When do you want to do it?
See, I don't know if they'll let him.
When they'll do
All right.
it.
Can you
That's
lose?
middle of the season.
Can you lose 70 pounds by next week?
Well, listen, after the Middle East, God knows what I'm going to lose.
I don't know that they would. I'm guessing that they wouldn't want him to pitch fucking around during the regular season.
So, so it would have to go down now, and Artie would have to be out of shape a little bit.
Or it would have to go down like probably not even now. They might have to wait till October. But I'll ask.
Yeah, we have to wait till the Mets are out of it in October.
Yeah, until they win the World Series.
Yeah, right.
Well,
whatever.
then let's get the Yankees to do it.
Hey,
They'll have
listen,
more time.
listen.
You mean they'd be afraid to let John Maine pitch to Artie Lang?
Can you
They're not
imagine
gonna let him hurt himself pitching against Artie.
First of all, his agent doesn't want it.
If you were a season ticket holder,
His agent
right,
doesn't want it.
and you found out that your number 3 pitcher on the team couldn't pitch because he hurt himself pitching to Artie
How would
Lang.
he? If he, you mean
you never know.
it's the
Sometimes
same
you-
as throwing
Anything can happen. You
warm
can
ups.
blow out your arm.
out.
But
at
he could
least
throw
you're
out his
working.
he could throw out his arm at practice.
His
But you're
agent,
working.
His agent doesn't want it because
He's not
after I
doing something
rip a
stupid.
fucking double up the line off his ass, he'll be worthless.
Like
You're so funny because
time striking out Artie.
How would he injure himself
You
pitching?
never know.
He has to practice pitching against somebody. So instead of using a warm-up guy,
if you weren't involved in this is you're funny because if you weren't involved in this,
Gary,
and
hear
you
what
read
I'm
in the
saying.
paper
other
that this
words,
is how it went down,
if
you'd
he
be
did-
pissed.
No, if he did something stupid. But
You would say-
in other words, he's got to physically stand on a mound.
I got what you're saying, but you would
Why
even.
don't you let me finish a sentence?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I got to move on anyway.
Well,
Thank you.
Gary's
All
the
right.
funny one.
Just line it up.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Why are
Fuck you, I said
why
the
are you
fucking-
arguing with Gary?
You're like Paul Abdul. You don't let me finish. All I'm saying is, if the guy, the reason this is different, I know what you're saying. You're saying that, like, if, when Marco ran against Stuttering John or something,
right.
The guy physically, at some point, goes to Shea Stadium, or wherever he plays or practices, and he practices throwing. And if a guy is standing, they do this lots of times. They have a guy stand in and practice standing at the plate and trying to hit.
Actually, they don't with a.
Yes, they do. They do it sometimes even when they want to see how a guy hits. In other words, because the pitcher needs some practice.
Right. No.
Let him practice with Artie.
But okay, so
Just go ask.
Okay, so now let me
if
answer.
John Maine can't pitch to Artie, something wrong
They
with
Let me
would
answer
never
that.
consider it practicing when he's pitching to Artie.
Right, it's frivolous. And let me ask you a question. If you read in the paper, you weren't involved in this.
Gary, why are you
just
talking John Maine out of it on the air?
You just said let me.
Gary, go call John Maine.
How come you get to talk?
Because I'm the host of the show. It's Howard Stern.
But you're not
show.
funny.
People
That's right.
don't
I'm
like
not
him and
funny,
he's not
and I'm
funny.
crude, and all
you're
of it.
rude. You're
All
crude, and you're rude.
All right, please go make these
And
calls.
you have a distinctive voice.
Don't waste your time here. You're not interesting.
I want to get the tape of Robin saying you'll never hit the girl in Vegas.
here we
You
go.
said it. You said it.
I bet you he can do it.
And the girl was going to kill me in basketball. I was ripped off in
If
basketball.
his batting average was over 400 against an 83 mile an hour pitcher.
Yeah, but that was how many years ago?
doesn't
Summer of
matter.
'86.
He still got it.
Once you
It
start getting up to
does matter.
88 miles an hour, it's a different ball game.
Okay.
No pun intended.
And the balls have movement to them. I get
yeah,
it. But
Dee's
John
got,
Maine, believe me.
and they've got
Do you
force.
still think you have the same eye?
Your eyes haven't changed.
I have nothing.
Unless you're Ted Williams.
Nothing.
My skills have eroded. It's just such erosion.
It's very sad seeing you fall on that.
It was. Look at that, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you think you can hit anything?
That never happened in the old days, man. I could play ball. I'm done. It's over. You're right. Let's not do this.
This Major League Challenge. Are you afraid you've bitten off more than you can chew?
No, I'm never afraid of that. Insert your own fat joke here.
Hey,
They said I couldn't hit off this broad. The first pitch she got near me, I laced a double in anybody's league to left center.
Here comes the pitch. She's winding up. She's very serious. I think we're going to see a good one. Ooh, and Artie hits it. That's it. First good pitch. He hit it.
Good pitch.
And that's it. If the game's over, Artie wins $10,000.
They said the chick basketball player would kill me. I won the game. I was robbed at the last minute by a ref who was clearly paid off by some sort of woman's movement.
Artie at the top of the key with a basketball. The jumper off the glass. He hits another.
$500 down for me.
And this time I'll give Robin and the fans another big surprise by hitting off a Met pitcher.
So you love being doubted.
See you later, Howard. Huh?
You love being doubted. It just fuels your fire.
Yes, I love being doubted.
The other thing that seems funny is you wanted to face a major league pitcher. So why would Gary try to recruit someone from the Mets?
I know. Well, that's going to be the asterisk. If I get a hit off this guy, they'll say it's Mets, not Major League, and I understand that. But get a Devil Ray up here.
The news yesterday of you breaking up with Jim Florentine, or Jim breaking up with you in this case, touched a lot of people.
You know what? There was an outpouring of love to me that was just so amazing yesterday. I really, I just got so much wonderful support and input. It was mind-boggling. I was really surprised.
People felt bad.
It felt good to know that so many people cared.
People did care. In fact, someone came up to me and said, I was listening to the show, and I felt really sad when Robin told the news because she was happy, and they were upset. You know, they didn't want to see you get upset.
Aw.
Although you put on a very good face.
Here we go with the good face again. I'm not putting on any face. You saw me immediately after the show. What was I doing?
You were almost in flight. You were singing. You were carrying on. No, you seemed fine.
No, but I'm talking about not after the show. You saw me later in the afternoon.
Some people have said to me who are closer to you.
Who's closer to me than you?
I don't know. A lot of people. Some people have said that, in fact, the truth is you are not as happy about it as you seem.
I'm not. Who would be happy about it?
Right, but
they're confused.
Some people have said to me I should worry about you.
They always say that.
No, some people have said that this is actually not
They're
the
always
hunky-dory story,
telling
Robin.
you this stuff about me because I don't react the way other people do to things. And you've heard this over and over in our lives, that you should worry about Robin, and I'm still here and I'm still fine.
Yeah, but I heard some things.
What things did you hear now? Go
I
ahead.
heard
Go
you,
ahead.
No, I heard. I'm not going to say them.
Come on, tell me who said it.
No, I heard that you were very upset in private.
With who? I
About
don't
your
talk to
situation.
anybody.
No.
Who did you talk to?
No, when I'm mining.
Again, mining.
Actually, your breakup came up not only in the email. I'll read you some of the email just so you can be aware of it. Most of it was very, very sweet. And now I don't even see it.
You got rid of it.
This is Email Monday. That's why I see
I have to say, even Ralph left me the sweetest voicemail.
Yeah, Ralph told me he was upset when he heard. I mean, he don't want to see you hurting.
No, but it was so un-Ralph, It was just, he let his guard down, and he just was really so sweet.
Wow, the biggest news of the day, Robin and Jimmy break up. Robin on the market again. Can I Bronski her? Now Jim can go back
He's got tits?
Now Jim can go back to showing his balls all the time. Having the waiter and waitress put tons of pepper on his food and fart all the time, etc. Here's another one. I hope you aren't too sad. Breaking up sucks. Lots of good wishes. See, most of them were like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Here's another one. Fuck Jimmy Florentine. We got your back, Robin. We love you. Robin, let that motherfucker go fuck himself. I only blame you for dating that asshole. Robin, please don't date anyone from the show.
I won't date any more assholes, I promise.
And Jim, go fuck yourself and you're useless. And Jim, go fuck yourself. You useless, no talent bitch.
Aw.
See, people are attacking
You know what? The
him.
thing that I really thought yesterday was I hope people are calling Jim because this wasn't easy for him either.
I know.
And
I like
hope
Jim.
he's getting support because...
No need to attack Jim.
Yeah.
I've been a listener for about 20 years, and I have to tell you that I was deeply moved by your revelation of the ending of your relationship with Jim and the class and poise you exhibited throughout. You are an amazingly strong and honest woman, and I admire you greatly for your honesty in dealing with this obviously painful conversation. By the way, you'll feel much better if you whip out your sweater puppies and flash those golden bozos at the camera.
Really?
Yeah. So this guy says the key to you feeling better is to show us your titty.
Let me try that and see if I feel better.
I would love it. And then there's a whole bunch of other topics here in the email. One of them was Michael Pardue.
Oh, yes.
The guy who came in and was in jail for 28 years, even though he was innocent. And actually, a lot of them were very, very cruel.
Really?
Tell this whining cunt to grow up and be a man. Wow.
Whining?
Wow, I was in jail for no reason. Bullshit. That's what it says here.
Oh, my goodness.
That's got to be a kid kidding around.
That's crazy.
Howard, why didn't you ask Michael Pardue if he knows anything about these murders? I listened to this segment, and this guy has never said he knows nothing about it. He just said he didn't do it. I think he's full of crap. There's just something not right with his story. Also, I believe he was never found innocent. The ruling was just overturned. I don't believe a word coming out of his mouth. So some people don't believe.
Did we do any research?
I don't think so, but, you know.
So we don't know. We were taking his word.
I was moved by the story of Michael and Becky Pardue. I'd gladly send them a few dollars if there's a fund we can contribute to. So this person actually felt for them.
Yeah, but they weren't trying to collect money.
Yeah. Here's another supporter. The wrongfully accused man is describing an accurate picture of the Alabama justice system. The former Democratic governor was wrongfully accused of crime and went to prison until the federal court stepped in and released him.
Yeah, I think that was profiled on 60 Minutes.
Let's see. And this one says, Howard, how in the fuck can you give this Michael Pardue asshole 1 minute of airtime? Don't you dumb shits do an ounce of research on your guests?
No.
He comes in and claims he's innocent, and you pussies believe every single word of bullshit that he or his hideous wife have to say. He gets away with 2 murders based on a technicality, and you immediately start kissing his ass and proclaiming that he is innocent. Shame on you and the rest of you panty wastes for believing this horse shit. So, a very controversial guess.
Yeah. Now I want to research.
I was kind of moved by the guy's story, but...
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
The guys are telling me that someone else admitted to... Will, someone else admitted to the crime?
At least one of them, and there was DNA evidence.
And there was DNA evidence that cleared him, so it wasn't like a technicality.
Well, because, yeah, you know, I don't know that Michael was that articulate in explaining the entire story, and also because of radio, and, you know, sometimes you have to be a little bit brief. There was a, you know, we talked a lot about this case, and the guys actually did find out about it.
Okay.
And I think there was really good reason to believe that this guy had been set up for 28 years, and he was a fascinating, upbeat kind of guy for a guy who had spent his entire life, from the time he was 17 years old till his 45th birthday, I think, in jail for something he didn't do. I disagree with these emails, and I think they're harsh, but, you know, that wouldn't be the first time our audience really blasted someone.
Right, that's what I said, that would fascinate me, knowing what they thought about us handling such a topic on the show.
Many people wrote in and said, I sounded like I was in a shitty mood on Monday. Says, Howard sounds like he's on his period this morning. Ask him if he needs a tampon. I can bring one in. And let me say this.
What? I don't remember you being particularly bitchy yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. I'm in a shitty mood almost every day here.
Yeah, I mean, you were your usual self.
Yeah, I mean, I resent you saying that I was somehow on some days not in a shitty mood. I'm always in a shitty mood. I'm full of...
He was complaining because I was having a good time in the park yesterday.
Yeah.
He came across me and he was like, talk. All you do is talk. You're still talking.
Well, the reason I said that is, you got to hear this. I'm walking in the park yesterday, and I see Robin there with her friend, and they're walking in front of us. She's so busy yakking. I had been yelling stuff out to her for a good 5 or 10 minutes.
Stop it.
I was behind you forever. And my friend Pat and I are behind Robin and her friend, and I'm going, look at this. She does not even hear me. She's so busy yakking it up. I go, hey, don't you work? I yell out to her. Don't you yak it up all morning? Why don't you, why don't you shut up for a minute? So, I'm trying to be funny. And she doesn't even hear me being funny. Meanwhile, now I've yelled out, and people are watching me because I'm yelling stuff out. And you know what I mean? Now it's not going over so well, so I'm embarrassed. So finally,
You're bombing in the park.
I'm bombing in the park, so I finally get up to Robin, and I say, yeah, don't you yak it. And she turns around and sees me. And then I was annoyed.
I was like, geez, I can't get away from this guy. Now he's complaining about me talking in the park.
Well, I thought you were walking again, but I saw you ran.
Yes, I did.
She has on the running outfit, then she goes for a walk.
I put on my walking shoes and then run.
And my friend Pat corrected me. He said, that's good. If she's walking, running, whatever she's doing, it's good.
Thank him.
So didn't she just say she looked good?
Put
so I
you
said,
in
yeah,
your
she
place.
does. I love the fact that you got on the air and said he broke up with me.
Well, that was what happened.
Wow.
You know, sometimes people don't manage to make it, and one or the other leaves, and it's always this thing about the woman supposed to do the breaking up.
Yeah, you made a really good point yesterday. I don't like when guys do that. You know, and I have to admit I've been guilty of it.
And I said, it dishonors the good times if you start fucking a person, in a bad way, just to make them break up with you at the end of the relationship. Just say you want to go.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good point you made. And I think I've been guilty of that, but I think I've matured somewhat. Mm-hmm. I don't think I handled myself like that in recent years. Uh-huh. Where, as a guy, or maybe even girls do this too, you start to act so fucked up so that the other person wants to break it off.
Right.
You almost act like...
you actually start mistreating the people who you
care
were
about you. Yeah.
happy with a few weeks or months ago.
You start doing heroin.
Yeah, you do silly things and mistreat them, and that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool the way you said that, and I admire that you brought that up. So in other words, and you said, hey, you don't need to do this. Just tell me how you feel.
I was like, what do you need me to throw you out?
Right.
I'm not doing that. You have to say, I have to go, or I need to go, or I want to go. But you have to say it.
Yeah. Guys do that too much. You put on a whole fucking charade.
Right, because you might actually have some information that the woman needs. Instead of just going around doing silly things or making up reasons, be honest.
It makes you doubt your reality.
Well, not only that, it's just that the whole relationship is based on honesty, and all of a sudden you start, lying or making up things or trying to change reality in order to get out of it,
Yeah, and then you start to think you're crazy. You go, you'll say, hey.
What was I doing here?
Or you start to go, well, are you giving me signals? And the guy will go, no.
Right.
And all of a sudden you go, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm fucking crazy.
Or, he's going through something. I guess it has nothing to do with me.
Right. You just want to know.
Right.
As a woman, you're saying to guys, look, if you're going out with us, don't...
If we ever had a good time, don't dishonor it by now making it a bad time. Just say the good times are gone. Love you, babe. See ya.
You're so right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think a lot of guys can relate to this because we've all been guilty of it.
Sure. Well, I'm sure women have done it too. But the point is, you don't have to do that. You want to go. You don't have to soften it up and have her tell you. You have to get out.
You've never played games like that?
No.
Look at you. You are a woman. Hear you roar. Yeah, you're right. I admired your message yesterday. I think that's why people were very sympathetic, because you didn't bullshit anyone.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I believe you will be triumphant. La, la, la. As a matter of fact, good news is just around the corner for you. You said on the air, and I don't know how serious you are about this, that you really want to fuck a 25-year-old.
I think she's serious.
I don't know.
If I found the right 25-year-old, why not?
Well, because I know you need to feel a connection in order to be with
But that's why it'd have to be the right one.
All right, but you wouldn't be. So a guy sent me some pictures of himself and a little note.
Here we go with the pictures.
Well, all right. You want to see what the guy looks like or not?
Sure, I'll look.
After hearing Robin's breakup proclamation today about needing a 25-year-old following her breakup with Jimmy Florentine, I felt I had to throw my hat in the ring. I'm a 25-year-old who lives and works in Manhattan, 2 blocks from Sirius, which would be convenient for you to fuck. After the show, you could go over there, fuck them, and then leave.
And leave.
Yeah. I have a great job as a software developer for a well-known firm. I'm 6'2", 185 pounds, blonde hair and green eyes. I went ahead and attached a few pictures of myself that I hope Robin will take an interest in. I would love to take her out to lunch or dinner and hopefully have a great time.
Well, he's starting off right.
I am sure Robin will get plenty of emails like this one, but I hope this will rise above the rest, especially since I work right around the corner. And then he signs his name. Let me take a look. I haven't even seen...
Convenience is everything.
Based on the description, Robin, did you like the way Larry Bird looked on the Celtics?
Here is a picture. Here's the first picture.
Oh, he's kind of cute.
All right.
From what I can see.
All right.
And a sort of...
It's like Heath Ledger.
You know what he
Like
looks
a Heath Ledger.
You think?
A
I
little
was
bit.
thinking more of that guy from American Idol.
So Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
Here's another picture from a different angle. You can take a look at that.
Oh, very
bad.
all-American.
All American looking.
Yeah. He looks like a gay guy.
That's what America looks like.
And finally, in this picture, I believe he looks like, and I'm not making a joke, that Beckham character, the soccer player.
David. Oh, yeah.
There's some resemblance
He
there.
cut a girl out of that picture.
Could be his sister. Could be his sister.
I doubt it.
Well, he's a good-looking kid. Looks
Not
like
that
he...
I'm looking for a relationship with a 25-year-old,
Could
but
be
I
Heidi
just think
Fleiss.
that's funny that he cut the girl out.
Well, he does seem like an interesting candidate. I don't know what you want to do about it. If you want me to march him in here, I will.
March him in here?
Yeah.
What have you got to do with him?
I'll march him in here.
He said he was willing to come in.
You want him to come in?
Sure, why not?
You do. All right. See, I knew those pictures would work. Gary, book this gentleman. See if there isn't a love connection. Or just a fucking connection. Or something. Well, I just don't want guys to, come in here and fuck you randomly.
Oh, really?
We have to have some kind of screening process. If people are going to be having sex with you.
I see.
If we're going to be giving you away on the air.
That's true.
Well, this guy certainly looks like he's got the look that turned you on. You lit up, I have to say.
I did not light up. Stop that.
Right. Anyway, Lisa G is here. Speaking of working women.
And speaking of attractive work.
Who's more attractive than Lisa G? And she has a job. So there you go, Lisa
she's
G.
She's keeping her job.
She's keeping her job.
Thank you. Yes, I am. I love working here.
Good.
Does Mark Consuelos, did he put you on a deadline for your vows?
No, he hasn't really discussed that with me. He's just going to marry us.
Well, how do the vows get presented? Have you worked that all out yet?
We have not.
All right.
I don't think any of it will be worked out. I think it'll all be ad lib. I don't think it's all that thought out. It's not choreographed.
Did you get a hold of Shanghai Kate?
Thanks for the phone number. I haven't called her yet, but I will. Yeah, I got to go get that tattoo.
And you're going to get the tattoo before the ceremony?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I am, Robin.
So when are you getting the tattoo?
I was going to go this week, but I don't think I'm going to have time.
I just, anything could happen. I'd wait until after.
You know what, though? I don't even care. Like, if I had the bee on me and then, let's say Beth and I break up, or Beth stopped running and got fat, and I can't marry her,
She didn't keep a career.
Right, she doesn't keep her career. I would just keep the bee on there almost as like a reminder of something. It would be like, I've kind of worked that out in my head that the tattoo, I'm all about the tattoo. And let's say it doesn't work out. Let's be realistic. Let's not be assholes and think that, my marriage is destined to work out. It stands the same test that all marriages do.
Any other, yes.
Who knows? I mean, Beth can wake up a year from now and go, I need to have a baby. Mm-hmm. That's it. We've already decided. Divorce. Because I ain't having a baby. I love that woman, but I'm not having a baby.
All right.
Because I would stop being in love. I'd be miserable. I'd be tortured.
You would. You would literally stop being in love.
I would.
Well,
I told her that.
That sounds like a choice to me.
Yeah.
It's not a force. It's a choice.
A choice. I will have to be out of love with her. I would just say, I'm out of love with you. That's it.
You really think you could do that?
Yes, I do.
I think you're silly.
You don't think so, Lisa?
No. You'd be a great dad.
I was a great dad.
He is a great dad.
You know what I mean? To a new baby.
I don't even know that I'm a great dad. You'd have to ask my kids that. I don't know if they think that.
They're no judges.
Yeah, I know. You know what? As a matter of fact, they don't even know how good a dad they have.
That's right. They are no judges.
Yeah. They probably tell you I was a shitty dad.
They won't know for years yet.
Yeah.
They have issues.
Yeah.
Everyone has issues.
Right.
You got to drive down that street we were on in Afghanistan. Yeah, he's a good dad.
I'll tell you what. I know one thing as a dad. This is the only thing I know about myself, and I can say this with 100% confidence. I care.
That's right.
That's it.
That's the main ingredient.
Right. I care, damn it.
About what?
I care about them. I care how they are doing.
I know.
I'm telling you. I mean, what
That
other
is
prerequisite?
the primary
Am I perfect?
ingredient.
Do I know every fucking answer? Do I know what to do? Do I
I
know?
doubt if you had very many answers at all.
But I do care what happens to them in life.
This discussion helped me, though, because it made me think of a joke for the toast.
Thank you.
Which I'm writing.
Write all of it down, please. Don't forget anything.
He's working on his deadline, too.
3 girls, that's tough.
It's definitely a challenge. And the fact of the matter is that I've gone through it, and Beth knows this about me, and I have had my fill of it. In other words, I feel full from it. In other words, I've eaten a big meal.
You've had it.
Yeah.
You're satisfied.
I've had 50 Big Macs, 100 fries, and 30 Big Cokes.
You've had 6 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That's right. I'm as bloated as High Pitch Eric.
But as I found out, there's always room for more.
Yes, you did.
Is that Jell-O on that plate?
But look at the problems it's given you. So there you go.
You're saying one more might give you a heart attack?
Well, let me, just by, you woke up one day and the baby was already there. Like, you were not aware of how it got there.
Right.
So you're going to want Beth to kidnap a baby?
Jesus. I like my life the way it is, honestly.
I'm just saying, you would not, if the baby got here, you would have to take care of it.
No. I would not. I would say to Beth,
the baby?
Well, I would financially take care of it, and I would have to say goodbye.
Yeah, you
because
can't live with it.
I've told Beth I cannot deal with having a kid. And she knows that about me. And she says she doesn't want children. I believe it. I'm taking her at her word.
Yes, but my point is that you could do it.
I could do. Listen, I could go to prison for 50 years and
No,
get
you
through
couldn't.
it.
You couldn't. You
I'd
couldn't.
probably crumble.
You couldn't do that at
I'd
all.
probably go insane in jail. And you know
I hear
what?
these stories like that guy's story yesterday. I would die. I
Yeah.
would just die.
Yeah, me too.
I could not do it.
Well, now you know how I feel about having a kid.
Oh, stop.
It's enough. Listen, when I had my 3 kids, I was super motivated. I was like, I want more kids. That was it, though. I mean, I was done. I mean, that's enough. Like, Beth even sometimes starts talking about a second dog.
I know. She keeps saying she's going to have more dogs, more
I know.
animals.
And I kind of go, oh, yeah, but in the future. I mean, I like having my one dog. I mean,
right,
you know,
you're a one-dog kind of guy.
I see these people, they get multiple dogs. Some of them can't handle it. They think they can. The people don't know themselves. They can't handle it.
Well, they're not disciplined. They're not
Right.
ready for this responsibility.
Dogs are a big responsibility. I'm not kidding you. I mean, we're constantly with that dog every minute.
Mm-hmm.
We
That
love her.
dog in particular with its problems.
You bet.
and
Always.
rashes. And,
No, she doesn't get rashes.
well, you got to keep her clean.
Right. Oh, that's it. Yeah, the other day I take her. She had like a. She was like between her paws were raw, so I had to let her rest for a day. You know, I mean, constantly with the dog.
You know more about that dog than you do about yourself.
I do. I know everything about that dog. I know when she shits. I know when she pisses. I know when she's eating. I know everything about her. She's with me every minute.
Isn't it horrible when you go to a vet and the vet says something like, "Well, how are her bowel movements?" And you go,
And you know.
"Oh, and you got full information.
I pick them up with a bag.
you got detailed reports."
I was playing a chess game the other day. I hear in the background. And I'm like, I can't think. Shut up.
I think when I was over your house, I kept the dog up from my snoring.
Yeah, they're good.
I gave it a taste of its own medicine.
Yeah, she quieted down for a few days.
You know,
All
but
right.
Dana used to say to me as a test, maybe she said she would beg me at like, just try to like the dog. What if I let you keep the dog for 3 days and you know maybe that'll get you used to it.
Right, get you into it.
And I had to say to her, totally serious. I said, listen, that's not a good idea because I don't think I could intentionally ever kill a dog. I don't think I could. But I might, like, you know, leave
accidentally.
it. Well, I might leave it untied next to the.
Well, he's not into
You know,
dogs.
I
That's
just-
it. And
yeah.
Dana couldn't accept it. He's not into it.
And it's a
listen,
big-
some-
You know what?
It's a big
Can
fucking
you,
dog.
Do you know how many people I know who were not into dogs who are now totally in love with dogs?
Yeah,
They're assholes.
That's Mel Karmazin,
that's true.
Not him.
Don Buchwald.
No, him is right.
That's true.
They just went crazy once
They do.
they got to know a dog, and
That's a good
now
point.
they wouldn't be without one.
Well, there you go.
Robin, what's with the kick with 25-year-olds?
What's not to love about a 25-year-old?
Isn't that a little young?
I didn't say I wanted to have a relationship with a 25-year-old.
You just want to bang a 25-year-old.
I said I wanted to have some fun with a 25-year-old.
Now, what do you think of the...
A certain unnamed person was telling me a story not too long ago about once during a break in relationships having a little affair, shall we say, with someone considerably younger. And even Hulk Hogan's ex has been cavorting with a 19-year-old. I'm not going that far.
That's true.
So, but they tell me there's something very interesting about it.
And you want to find out what that is.
I want to know what that is.
What do you think of the guy who wrote in today?
I don't think anything of him. We'll see when he gets here. Physically, he looked kind of cute.
Looks like someone you want to date or be with?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that anybody sort of looks like who you want to date. You gotta, it's a personality thing more than anything. So, we'll see. We'll see what he's like when he gets here.
Of Sirius XM Radio Inc. And the reason I'm here is to announce on Howard Stern all the details about our merger. I've always told Howard that before I ever did any press, the first place I would be with Howard Stern. So before I talk to CNBC today, and before I do the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, I'm at the place I should be, which is with Howard Stern.
Mel Karmazin is my hero, as you know. He has done incredible things for my career in radio. He's the guy who hired me in terrestrial radio. And he is the guy who just finished getting this merger put through. There's my hero. Look at him in his suit. I said, there's my hero. You're the hero of the day. You're the winner of the week. Here, Mel. Hi.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
What do I know about radio?
You know it all, evidently. Mel, congratulations on the merger of the new company, Sirius XM. Who came up with that name, Sirius XM?
We hired a team of about 100 people to try to figure out what we should call.
Is that true? Did you hire a lot of people to figure out what to call the new company?
Howard, have I ever hired a lot of people to do anything?
No, that's true. Now that I think about it, that's completely false. But why not give it the name either Sirius or XM? Although I started thinking about it, it's true. People know the name XM. People know the name Sirius. If you change it to a new name, you have to go out and spend millions of dollars marketing a new company.
Less of a factor than the real reason, which is if you buy a General Motors car, there's an AM button and an FM button and an XM button.
Right.
And it's in all of those cars today. The last thing we wanted to do was to make those things look obsolete. So somebody's driving in a car and they see this XM button and they say, what does that mean? And the same thing would be true if you have a Mercedes. There's the Sirius dog, as a button. And our goal was to make this as friendly to subscribers as possible. So there was a lot of other names that we could have gone with, but the simplest one and the best one for consumers seemed to be Sirius XM.
All right, before we get into the particulars, as a personal, I'm interested in the human story here of the merger. What did this do to you as a person when you were waiting 18 months, sitting there and nudging and nagging the United States government, testifying before Congress, and the thing dragged on and on and on? It didn't, I was angry. I was upset for you. I really was. I was incensed because it made me lose belief in the government. The government eventually did the right thing, but at a high cost. I mean, waiting 18 months slows us down. What did that do to you personally?
So I can give you the BS answer, which is it made me a better person. But that's it. No.
Give me the real answer.
The real answer is it really was dreadful. Clearly, there was no reason that this merger should not have been allowed to take place.
Right.
But even if, in fact, somebody thought it shouldn't take place, it's not that complicated. You could have sort of said,
yes or no.
Yes or no. And you could have done that real early.
I spoke to a lawyer who handles these kinds of things. He says, you have no idea how many mergers are approved where there are real questions about whether something's a monopoly. He says, and they're approved almost immediately in terms of compared to the Sirius XM deal. Why was this dragged out so long? Was it me? Did you ever think it might be me?
I thought it might be you all the time.
Right.
In part because of you, satellite radio became so visible.
Right.
And, satellite radio, I mean, if you think about when you joined the company.
Right.
There were 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
Not top of mind in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Certainly a lot of work was done. XM had more subscribers than Sirius did at that time. And but satellite radio wasn't top of mind. Suddenly, after you joined, and after it became such big news that you were coming to satellite radio, anything involving satellite radio then became very big news. So the fact that the announcement was on the front pages of the Wall Street Journal, on the front pages of the New York Times, I had done, my career about over $200 billion worth of mergers and acquisitions.
Right.
This is an unbelievably small deal, an
Right.
exciting one,
Right.
and will be a big one, but not a big deal.
And for a small deal, there's an inordinate amount of attention on it.
Far more than we had. This deal took longer to do. We had more congressional hearings. There were more comments made to the government than ExxonMobil combined.
Which is unbelievable when you think about it.
Well, when you consider the impact of that merger and the amount of money it involves, yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. When I think about this merger and how long it took and what it took, let me tell you something. You got very thin. Did you think this is a result of? Did it wear you down?
I will tell you this. I was on a hunger strike until the FCC. I tried everything to get this deal approved. We made some voluntary commitments. We said we would do things for minority ownership. We said we would do a whole bunch of things, and we still weren't getting it. So I decided that if I stop eating, maybe people will pay
But
attention.
has the government overstepped its bounds? In other words, the FCC's mission, my father was talking about this yesterday on the radio. He said the FCC's mission was never to set price controls. Where do you see the government?
Or to tell somebody how to run a business.
I mean, where do you see the government doing that? They don't even tell ExxonMobil how to do this. Why don't they set price controls for gasoline?
So the standard that the FCC has for approving a merger is that the merger is in the public interest. That is a broad standard.
Right.
So the FCC now looks at mergers and says, is this a merger that's in the public interest? They never set price controls. What we voluntarily did
was set price controls.
We said, you know what? We compete with free radio. We don't want to raise our prices. As a matter of fact, if anything, we'd like to lower our prices so that we can get more subscribers. Because you would think that if you charge $14.95 instead of $12.95, you'd have less subscribers. And if you charged less money, you'd have more subscribers.
Right.
So we, in trying to get the FCC to move the process along and approve this merger finally, we said, here's what we're going to do. And we outlined some voluntary commitments that we were prepared to do. The FCC accepted our voluntary commitments and therefore said this merger is in the public interest.
But you had two Democrats on the FCC sitting there and saying, hey, we think there should be price freezes and this kind of stuff. That sounds like communism to me.
There are two members of the FCC, they happen to be Democrats, who are by the way, very nice, very smart people, but have never seen a merger in media that they would approve.
Why?
Because they believe, in general, there has been far too much consolidation in the United States in media. There's so few companies, News Corp, Viacom, Disney. These few media companies own all of these assets, and therefore consolidation should never, ever be allowed. It's so bizarre that that viewpoint exists. I mean, I'm not...
Because this is capitalism. This is a way of making money. This is a way of a company staying in business. I mean...
But satellite certainly isn't, the free press or the free media.
No, not at all.
But not only all of those things that you guys say, I agree with, but the consumer with the internet and all of this technologies that's out there have never had more choices than ever.
Well, you know who was against this the most was the NAB. That's regular radio. Terrestrial radio was really against this. And I said, of course they're against this, because guess what? With a stronger satellite as a competitor to them, they're shaking in their boots. They're nervous that we're that good.
And Howard, I think I really do feel that I need to take some time right now to absolutely thank the NAB for their objection to this merger. Because when I told the board that we were going to go ahead with this merger, so back in February of 2006, I guess it was.
Wow.
7, I guess. I told the board that one of the things that would help our merger would be that if the NAB challenged our merger. And the reason for it, it would clearly demonstrate we compete with broadcasters.
Right.
We know, we in radio.
So your plan all along was saying, hey, if the NAB challenges it, it shows that we have competition.
There's no, how could there possibly be a monopoly if the broadcasters are fighting it? And they spent so much money, and some of the smart people in Congress and some of the smarter people at the FCC, when they kept talking about, boy, this is going to be a duopoly into a monopoly, the more the NAB said that, the more they sort of laughed and said, come on, why are you here if, in fact, you think that these people shouldn't be allowed to combine?
Do you feel a personal vindication? Did you take this personally, the NAB going after you, everyone after you?
You were a member of that group, weren't you?
That's right. You were a member of that group, and now you've given them the big finger. You won versus the NAB. That's got to feel good. Come on.
I think everybody who works, for the company should feel really good, because what we have accomplished, and hopefully we'll have a couple of seconds to talk about how the company looks today.
Right.
Yes.
I feel really good about it. When I was in terrestrial, old-fashioned radio, I hated satellite radio, okay? It was nowhere near. I mean, if you think about where it was.
Nothing, yeah.
It wasn't there. But you know what? I hated it.
Anything called radio that you had to sit and compete with, why would you like it?
Why would I want somebody, if you're driving in your car, I want you listening to my radio stations.
Of course.
I don't want you listening to, an iPod, and I don't want you listening to satellite radio. I don't want you doing anything but listening to my commercials on my radio station.
Absolutely.
So I was against it. I understand why they were against it. Their strategy, wasn't a particular good one to stop it. But even if their strategy were good and they did everything right instead of some of the things they did, the merger should have been allowed to happen anyway.
Did there come a time in the last 18 months that you started to feel the merger would not be approved?
I could tell you, Howard, from the very beginning until we closed the merger, 8 o'clock the night before last, I had doubts that the merger would happen throughout that whole process.
So did I. In fact, Robin even said when you kind of announced that the merger, or the FCC announced the merger had been approved, Robin said to me, what are you going to say on the air about it? I said, nothing. I don't even believe. It's really happening. I think.
Do you believe it now that Mal is here?
Yeah, I do. Now I do believe it. And I see that the stock now is called Sirius XM, and that there's no more XM and no more Sirius. I understand now that it's real.
I sent you, I don't know if you even got a chance to look at it, but I sent you an email on Friday night after the merger was done.
Yes.
You sent me one back. And then I responded to you because you were saying something like congratulations, and I said no. Okay, so as of last Friday night, after the FCC approved it, I still had questions. We needed to XM. I don't want to get, it's not complicated. XM had a bunch of debt, so in this ugly market that exists, on Wall Street and finance, we in the last week had to raise $1.25 billion.
Oh.
Wow. So unless we raised that $1.25 billion, we couldn't close the merger.
It was still excellent question.
How do you raise that kind of money? Where do you go?
You go to large institutions and hedge funds and investors, and you tell them that, we wanted to raise $400 million of debt. It turned out we raised $700 million, and then we needed to sell some equity, and that was very ugly because the market was terrible, and I hated the thought of selling stock at the price that it was at.
Right.
But the merger was so important because the efficiencies of the merger, the combination.
Where did you learn all of this? I mean, you used to be a salesman.
He knew nothing.
You taught me this.
I mean, where did you learn all this? I mean, you started out as a radio salesman. All of a sudden, I hear you
didn't
talking
go to
like
business school, did you?
I mean, what's going on? Are you taking night classes?
So,
what did you do?
He got another degree.
All right, let me
I
ask
barely.
you this.
I don't think there was a business school that would accept me.
You sure you know what's going on? No, I mean, really. I mean, these
He
are.
sounds sophisticated.
This is a lot of stuff going on, raising these monies and figuring out how to do all this. But okay,
Sounds
here's
like a
the
lot
bottom
of
line.
stress.
Here's the real human question. If the merger had not gone through, let's paint a different scenario. You had failed. In other words, you weren't able to achieve this. Would you have left this company?
No.
You would not.
I think that would have motivated me more because there was a question in some people's minds whether or not if the merger didn't happen, would Sirius be able to survive?
Yes.
Right.
So clearly, and the answer is absolutely. I mean,
Right.
who knows, right? I mean, but I truly believe that, if you hooked me up to that lie detector test and asked me if, in fact, the merger did not happen, would Sirius survive? The answer would be yes.
Would XM have died?
They say not. I didn't have enough information about XM, but the CEO of XM said the same thing. I will tell you, had the merger not happened, I would have done everything possible to make that happen.
Right. To make sure they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that would have been my
That's the
goal.
plan. That's the secondary backup plan.
That there was going to be only one company anyway.
So you would not have been defeated. You would not have said, that's it, I can't do this anymore. You would have stayed with the company and you would have said, I'll grow Sirius and let XM do whatever XM does, and we will see who the better company will win.
The second part was true. I'm not sure the first part. I would have felt defeated. I mean, I would have felt that, I tried something, spent an awful lot of money to try to get this merger done, spent a lot of our time, put our company, in essence, in limbo. The stock was in limbo for this period of time. It wasn't a bet the ranch kind of a situation where the company would have failed. But, I mean, shame on me if, in fact, the merger didn't happen because I put a lot of resources to make it happen.
Things were stalled out by waiting 18 months. In other words, you couldn't even advertise as much. You couldn't sit there and go, gee, I got to make my business plan. Don't you think even the consumers were confused and saying, I don't know which one to get now?
That last one is the most significant impact. What has happened at retail. So, yeah, people still bought the car, and when satellite radio came in the car, they were thrilled with it.
Right.
But the large number of people who want to go to Best Buy or Circuit City and say, I want satellite radio, would go into the store, should I buy it now? Which one should I buy? Are these radios going to work after the merger? There was so much confusion in the marketplace. If you think about it, it's almost like the high-definition DVDs.
Right.
There was Blu-ray, and then there was HD DVD.
And until it got all sorted out, you didn't know what the hell to do.
So no one bought anything.
That's right.
That's exactly what happened during this merger.
Was there ever any pressure from the board? When is this going to happen? Because this is, they're looking at you. You say, let's go do this, and now it's taken 18 months or whatever it's taken, and we're sitting around doing nothing.
So all of the board members were there before I got there. So this is not Mel's board.
Right.
They were phenomenal. I mean, there was not one hiccup. There was not 1 minute of throughout this whole process and everything that needed to be done, they were 100% supportive, and I really appreciated that.
And what about on a personal level? Your beautiful wife, Terry, who I adore, did she, when the word came that the merger had been approved, was there lovemaking involved? Was there a celebration? Did she put on an outfit? I mean, what did she do?
Special?
She's got to do something good for you. What happened?
I must
Take
tell
us
you,
through every detail.
I must tell you.
Yes.
The beautiful Terry has always been there for me and has done everything.
But this is special.
I think as soon as the merger was announced, and I got home and that I woke her up and I said, Tara, the merger was just approved. She said, Mel, could you take the dog out for a walk?
Is that what happened?
So that's what happened. So that's
And on another personal level, why is Tim Sabian so heavy now? What's going on with his weight?
I didn't notice.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's getting big.
Well, you went on a hunger strike.
He
Tim
ate.
went on an eating
This has
strike.
been very stressful.
we
for
all
him.
express our frustration in different ways.
That's right. So you tell me Terry did nothing special for you after the merger was approved.
What about the dog? You took the dog.
I took the dog for a walk. I did pick up after the dog. So I still know what my role in life is.
When did you become such a dog person? That's the other thing. I mean, what is this with this dog? What happened to you?
Do you really want to hear this?
Yeah,
I mean, this is
what
really
happened
good.
to you?
So when I married Terry had always been a dog person. I never had a dog.
You don't like anything but radio.
Why?
Right.
What do I want a dog for?
Right.
Terry wanted a dog more than I didn't want a dog.
Right.
We adopted a dog at a shelter. So we adopted a border collie, 4 years old, named Angel. I can't believe how stupid I was for all of these years in not having a dog.
You love dogs.
I have become addicted. I have.
What is it
become
about the dog?
One of my favorite charities are things related to dogs and animals. I can't tell you it's the fact that when I come home at night, the dog licks my face, because Terry used to do that. Okay?
I don't see him doing that anymore.
No more.
Maybe
no
when
more. I just love the dog. I mean,
You
dog
love that
sleeps in
dog.
our bed. I mean, absolutely, totally addicted to it.
And would you say the dog likes you better than Terry?
Terry thinks that. Okay.
Really, it's that good.
Yeah, but the
because
dog-
I know my dog likes Beth better than me.
Terry spends an awful lot of time, with the dog.
Right.
But I truly believe that, if there's any listeners, I hear snoring. I mean,
No,
if I-
how do you win the dog over in a sense to make it like you the best?
If
Because
you're not the one spending all the time.
When Terry's not around, I talk to the dog and tell the dog all the bad things about Terry.
and the dog seems to understand.
And the dog gets it.
And so now let's look at the future of satellite radio. Okay, where are we at? Because people
What
do
is
have
this
questions.
company now?
Okay.
All right,
great.
what are we doing?
So let me tell you where we are today,
All right.
because a lot of people have perceptions of satellite radio, small company, things like that. If you today just add XM and Sirius together, so this is where we are today.
Today.
We are the second largest radio company in the world.
Woo!
Our revenue is $2.2 billion.
Wow.
The only radio company today that has more revenue than we do is Clear Channel.
Right.
And we're growing rapidly, and they are not. So we will become, in my opinion, the largest radio company in the world.
I always said it.
In a very short period of time.
That makes them mental.
We have today over 18 million subscribers.
That's something.
The only
Well, how
company,
many people can hear us now, though?
the only company that has more subscribers is Comcast.
Wow.
We have more
Cable?
Right.
Wow.
We have more subscribers than DirecTV, more than EchoStar, more than Cablevision. So Comcast has 24 million subscribers. Sirius XM has almost 19 million subscribers.
That's impressive.
So I think the main issue of the merger, because I think the rap today on satellite radio is no longer, will satellites work? Well, we know they work. Will we be able to attract content? You're the poster child that we can attract content. Will people pay for radio? Almost 19 million people today are paying for radio.
And enjoying it.
And loving it.
Yeah.
And the satisfaction level is phenomenal. The question is, will satellite radio make money? Because it's been around a long time, and company at some point has to make money.
Right.
This merger, in essence, creates such efficiencies because we were duplicating a lot of things together. They were advertising, we were advertising, they had call centers, we had call centers, right?
All that costs money.
All of that stuff now enables us to make money. So the question now really that's left is how much money we're going to make.
Not if.
Not if we're going to be able to make money.
I like
and
this.
it's so exciting.
good.
And, I can't tell you that. I mean, do we have
Shall we
competitors?
dance?
Shouldn't Robin get topless?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Hey, Mel.
I mean, really.
You never have said that in all of these
If
years.
you ever
How
need
dare
to
you?
research, you've lost your mind.
Très joli, Robin.
So, I mean, there's a tremendous amount of competitors out there. I mean, you know, obviously, when audio entertainment, you know, is big, there's a lot of ways you can get content. There are going to be more ways you're going to get content in the future. But I can't come up with a better way, okay, than our way. Because when you think of audio entertainment, you think of out of home, because in home, you know, though obviously a lot of people listen to audio content, you still got television and internet and stuff like that.
Got even more competition.
You got even more. So the place that was always, you know, the holy grail was in the car.
Right.
And we have deals with every single car company.
Yes. That's terrific. That is so great. I mean, that's true, because now that we're the combined company, we can do
under the
so
same
in
umbrella.
answer to Robin's question, in answer to Robin's question about when we could be heard, so the deal closed at 8 o'clock on Monday night. I spent yesterday at XM in Washington. I'll be back at XM tomorrow.
Right.
And one of the things that we've already worked on at Sirius, and that XM has also been working on, is when our call centers, you know, when you call up, will be in a position, and our IT will be in a position to offer the best product on each other's service. So as an example, we're anxious to have your show on XM receivers.
Me too.
All of the receivers that are out there today will be able to get it. So the existing, you know, 9 million XM subscribers will be able to get it. And in early fall, we're thinking September, but it may slip to October.
Right.
But the hope is in September, your show and some other serious content will be extended and offered to XM subscribers if they want to receive it.
So if I'm an XM subscriber right now or a Sirius subscriber, I still get the same services I get.
Nothing changes.
And then I can add to that.
Yes, you'll be able to, and the price that we announced to the FCC that we've committed to is for $4 a month. Right, for $4 additional to the $12.95, if you're an XM subscriber, you'll be able to get the Howard Stern Show and various other content that we will disclose as well. If you're a Sirius content and you want to get some of XM's content, you'll be able to do that as well. If you don't want to do it, if you
don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it. You keep everything just the way it is. If you want to do it, that'll be an opportunity.
So you always get everything you always got anyway.
There's no disadvantage of the merger. As a matter of fact, there's an advantage of the merger, because though we have never raised our price.
Right.
I mean, Sirius was $12.95 from the time we got our first subscriber to today. One of the advantages is that we have said for the next 3 years, we're not going to raise our price.
Right.
So the only increase will be some copyright royalty, which will be a very insignificant amount in years 2 and 3 of the merger. So, you know, the good news for Sirius is that, you know, we're committed to the price. They keep the same content, and there's some upside.
Gary, what do you say?
Here's a question I get from a lot of people, big sports fans, right? So I'm a Sirius subscriber. I want to get baseball. How, will I be able to get baseball before the end of the season?
So we have not announced any of the specific content that we're going to be offering. But if you're a Sirius subscriber and you want baseball, then, and you'd expect I would say this, then for an additional $12.95, you can buy an XM radio, and you can then make sure you can get everything.
You can hear it before the end of the season.
So it's, what I understand is, so far, this is so new. We don't even know how things will shake out really in the future when it comes to technology too, right? Because like some guy called up and he says, well, I've got a lifetime subscription, Sirius lifetime subscription. Does that get affected?
No.
He asked me. It doesn't,
No.
right? It's you have the same equipment
If
and
you
the same
keep that
service.
radio, that radio we've said will never be obsolete.
Right.
Will not ever be obsolete. And you can understand why it'll never be obsolete, because if you bought a car and the satellite radio is in the car, you know, we need to provide service to that satellite radio for as long as that car is ever on the road.
That's right. So it will not be obsolete.
So we will not make the radio obsolete. If you have a lifetime subscription, you know, what you should do is extend your lifetime subscription for a second lifetime, you know.
Has this whole experience made you sour on government? Honest, be honest.
Yeah,
It has,
it
right?
absolutely is. The process, you know, has just been grueling. The fact that you have congressmen, and I understand this. I mean, I've done this for a fairly long time. That they will write a letter because a local broadcaster in their market, has asked them to write it. And the argument is, gee, I am helping a constituent or I am helping a contributor.
Right.
So when you take a look at everything that's going on in this country, housing issues, gasoline prices, jobs, and you see the people who have worked to try to stop this merger, it has to make you frustrated,
And what is the system now? If I hire lobbyists and I pay millions of dollars, I can slow down or possibly stop the process of a merger. So everyone is on the take. Not everyone, but some people really are promised money for their votes.
Well, I don't think it's that. Okay, I mean, I understand how you get there with that, but I think that what is happening is that you have these congressmen and senators who want to get reelected.
Right.
In order to get reelected, it costs a lot of money to run television advertising. So they are constantly, probably, if you're a senator for 6 years, you spend about 2.5 to 3 years of that fundraising.
Wow.
The amount of time that you spend fundraising. So they are very concerned of making sure that they are representing their constituents. So, the argument...
So anybody with a little, stone in their shoe.
So our enemies, the NAB...
basically stop government from working.
So our enemies, the NAB, go out and they hire lobbyists and they hire people with influence to sit down with these senators and congressmen and such and sit down and work them, so to speak. They put up a lot of money to stop this merger from happening. And they were successful in a sense. They were able to slow the process down. They were able to get people to drag their feet, right?
But essentially, that's what the FCC was responding to when they would take a letter from one person in Florida and say, you know what, we have to investigate how it's done.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think this merger, took a long time because there was such a controversy for whatever reason.
Right.
Some of the things, and it wasn't so much the government, some of the proposals that were made were outrageous because people game now the process because they know what you need to do. So they now know you need to get 3 out of the 5 votes. I was hoping to get 5-0, but winning 3-2 is the same as winning 5-0.
You won.
People put all kinds of things out there. So as an example, it was proposed that we be required in every radio we make to put in a competitor's radio.
Right.
So, and by the way, that we have to pay for putting in that competitor's radio. And I'm trying to think, this is America. How could somebody say that I have to put in, or we have to put in to our radios competitors' products?
Yeah, wouldn't you love if terrestrial radio had to build in our receivers?
And I asked that question.
Right.
And silence.
Yeah.
Then we had some people who are experienced in the FCC process and knowing this public interest standard is vague and said, we think you ought to give us 25% of your spectrum.
Right.
And we said, excuse me? Give you? So our shareholders are now expected to, as a gift to you, because it is in the public interest. I said, I didn't see Clear Channel when they created this large competitive company to us, sitting there giving up any stations. So
yeah, why don't they donate a few stations to the public interest?
That's what I thought. I mean, at this point, there's
it's sickening,
they're pretty big, yeah.
So those would have all been deal breakers, I assume.
And we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
As much as I wanted to do this merger, I needed to make sure that we were going to do the merger and we were going to be able to win after the merger. Because as I told you, we were going to win before the merger.
Right, you didn't want to be disadvantaged.
Yeah, to go backwards. I mean, so for the purpose of ego, right, to just sit there and say, we got a merger done, hooray, hooray, I'm moving on, that isn't the case, right? I'm here, and I'm going to stay here, and I wanted to get a merger done because the merger will make the company better than if it was...
Was this the toughest thing you ever had to do in your career? Honestly.
By far.
That's it.
As silly as that
Even getting
sounds.
CBS and Viacom.
Well, I mean, I must have. I did have one dinner with Sumner Redstone. I think that was worse. But
that was tough.
Other than that one dinner,
but this was hard.
This was the hardest thing I've ever done in my career, and it never should have been because it should have been
easy.
A piece of cake. You had 2 struggling companies, never made a dime. Either one never made a dime. Combined, we still have all terrestrial radio to compete with. And
why did it take the Department Department of Justice so long to decide?
Because they had gotten such concerns, and there was a belief. So, remember, EchoStar and DirecTV, got turned down. So people said, well, gee, there's 2 satellite television companies, and they want to become one.
In other words, they heard the word satellite, and they don't really have all that wherewithal, and they can't figure out that...
Yeah, maybe no satellite should ever merge.
Well, here's what they said. They said there are 2 satellite radio companies. Mr. Karmazin, would you believe that there are 2 satellite radio companies in the United States today?
Right.
Yes, sir. And after the merger, there's going to be 1 satellite radio company.
That's right.
So this is a 2 to 1. This is a duopoly to become a monopoly. And the answer is, yes, there are 2 satellite radio companies, but forget that it's called satellite radio. We compete with iPods. We compete with other technology. We're part of a bigger market. So it took the Justice Department, which was a very unpolitical process, by the way, a long time, because they went to auto partners, they went to content, they did their research. Howard, I don't know if they spoke to you. I know they spoke with your agent, and they spent a good amount of time to say, is this going to be a monopoly? And the answer would be, so as an example, when it came to Howard, the sense was, Howard, you had 2 satellite radio companies interested in you before you came here.
Right.
Now, if the merger happens, there's only going to be 1 satellite radio company. Aren't you sitting there concerned about that? And your agent or you, whoever spoke to him, would say, I came from terrestrial radio.
Right.
There's competition. By the way, if I decide when my contract is up, and you better decide when your contract's up to stay, but if I decide on my contract is up that I want to go somewhere else, there's plenty of places
to go.
To go.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Happily have you.
And the fact of the matter is that I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't go back to terrestrial radio under any circumstance.
Would you? I mean,
but you had the choice.
I always had the choice.
They had negotiating move.
Let me tell you something.
Creative freedom.
Here's what I said. I said you run the risk of having no satellite company to go to.
Right.
If you don't see this merger.
And then you're stuck with only terrestrial radio.
I had a bunch of radio guys say to me, this isn't good for me. I'm talking about announcers who call me and are friendly with me and say, this isn't good for me because I used to be able to go to XM, then I could go to Sirius, and I could go. I said, you're wrong. I said, if this deal doesn't go through, you might not even have a satellite company to go to and
sit there.
I said, this is going to make them stronger. They're going to be able to hire better talent. They're going to be able to compete.
Pay you.
Yeah,
And the other thing is, it's stupid to have 2. It's like you don't have a separate AM radio, and then you got to buy a separate FM radio.
You have them combined.
You have them combined.
Right. No, it made no sense.
Hey, Howard.
Well, congratulations. Yes,
Can I
Artie.
just say, hey, Mel, one of the greatest things about this for you has got to be, predicting to the board that, the NAB, if they come out against this, obviously that's great for us. And they actually took that bait. That happened. But if you were still on the NAB, don't you think you would have been crowing like, guys, we can't come out against us? And don't you?
Would you have fought if you? That's a good question, Artie.
So
asking.
Here's what I would have done.
I mean, do you think there's anybody smart enough there to have figured that out and was crowing about it?
I mean, they spent millions of dollars fighting this.
Right.
Here's what they should have done, in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to know
the
what
local
you think.
broadcasters have accepted that there's cable television.
Right.
Today, you don't hear television saying, let's get rid of HBO. We don't want there to be an ESPN.
Yeah.
You sit there and coexist. There's a role for local broadcasters, and a very important role. I mean, we're not going to do what local broadcasters do. We're not going to cover the local school closings, and we're not going to deal with some of the local community stuff. Right. So there's a role. Just like AM radio has been around for over 80 years today.
Right. They didn't go away.
And radio will still be away. What they should have said is, what are you really concerned about? Okay, are you concerned about local advertising? Of course, that's your bread and butter. So if they would have spoken to me and said, you know what, is there something we can do that would maybe you can agree to not do local advertising, or you would not do some of the concern, then, by the way, the radio industry would embrace satellite and say, you know what? We're part of the radio industry, and the radio industry now would be perceived of, in part because of satellite radio being so strong, as not as dead in the water.
Right.
Maybe more exciting.
So they should have said, hey, we're going to embrace this, The radio business will be a bigger, better business. And by the way, we're still going to get most of the advertising because it's mostly local advertising, and their business is more subscription.
You really think you would have been that way?
I don't know.
think
Because you're the guy who would have hated.
Right. At this point,
I don't buy that.
You know, what did I want it to do? I wanted the government to shut down some of these terrestrial radio stations.
Well, I'm for that, and I would vote for that. I'd vote for any candidate who could do that.
By the way, Mel has been all over the news because of the Janet Jackson thing, and there you were right again.
Once again, I must tell you, I did feel a whole lot better about getting the merger approved than winning the Janet Jackson case.
You bet. No, this is a great
It was just
day.
that I remembered you were, because they kept showing your face at those congressional hearings as well.
I've had my share of congressional hearings. These were the most grueling.
What is it, Gary?
A lot of people in the office have this question: whose idea was the merger? Like, where did it start? Was it your idea?
Yeah, I mean, I must and take the responsibility for it as well. So before I joined the company, one of the board members, Leon Black. So before I joined the company, one of the thoughts that I had was, what about combining these two companies? And I had originally heard that idea when I was working at Viacom from Mike Milken, a well-known financier, and Larry Tisch, who I knew well. He's passed away. They wanted me to leave Viacom and to join. This is before you did it, and it wouldn't have been a success because of what you did to satellite radio. That they wanted me to join the company for the purpose of putting it together. So before I joined the company, I spent a good amount of time trying to understand what has been going on and have been working on it for that long. And as we disclosed earlier, I went after XM and tried to get them. They wouldn't consider it, and convinced them after a long period of time. But, you know, I mean, the final piece, just to see where it is, when you got here, we talked about there was 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
Today, almost 20 million subscribers.
That's amazing.
When you got here in 2000, when you announced, so it was before you even got here, the revenue was $67 million. Sirius's total sales, $67 million. And today, as I said, $2.2 billion.
Wow. A lot of growth. That is really fantastic. And I believe there's a great future ahead for satellite radio. More than anyone predicts, and I am pretty good with radio stuff.
Well, you know what I was asking the other day, you know, Tim Sabian once told us about the rate of sales of satellite radio. And is the growth still that...
Well, people, you know, car companies are slowing down, but they're still selling a lot of cars, and satellite radio is going there. And I think that once the confusion of the merger is out of the place, I think that aftermarket, I think these better products, you know, that we'll be able to create where you can get the Howard Stern on XM, I think that's going to help. I think the churn, you know, where people disconnect will go down because the product will be better. So, I mean, I think that there's a lot of good things, a lot of
You did
risks,
a fabulous job. You should be congratulated and really proud of yourself.
Well,
I mean,
that's
it's a tremendous accomplishment.
advertising campaign. Howard Stern on XM.
And the whole team, by the way, there was just a tremendous
team. There's an amazing group of people who really hung in there, and this is tough. And I mean, I felt for Mel going down there and testifying over and over again. I knew it was a bunch of bullshit.
That was the problem, yeah.
Dominic, you're on the air. Go ahead, Dominic.
Congratulations, Mel.
Thanks, Dominic.
Politically, I think that this is like the internet. It scares the hell out of the political parties how powerful this really is. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I will tell you that I had a very influential senator that met with me privately who said that I am willing to support this merger if you are willing to conform to terrestrial radio's rules on indecency.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And you know my answer on that, right? So were there deal breakers? You know, in my opinion, I don't believe that we do anything indecent at all. I think we do funny and stuff like that. So, and this Janet Jackson thing, you know, everybody thought,
Can
oh my
you
God.
imagine in a private pay service? I mean, it's the same as a book or a magazine or anything that you cable. I mean,
that you choose to pick
why would a
up,
guy care about that? No. This is certainly a closed system.
And that's my argument. And my argument is that why is it that you want all media to just be acceptable to kids, that adults don't have any rights to have content that they may like? So everything has to be at the lowest common denominator where it has to be acceptable to children because, oh my God, imagine if a child heard the word penis or something.
And here we finally have a system that takes care of that.
Yeah.
It's a pay service.
Yeah,
no
and-
one has to have this in their home.
And what an archaic way of thinking. In 2008, like 40 years after Lenny Bruce and 25 years after Howard got started, to think, I mean, it's not like we're murdering people here in decency. It's just adult
by the way-
entertainment. It's like the difference between Chris Rock on HBO or Chris Rock hosting the Oscars. What's funnier?
Maybe the most important question in all this is, how does all of this affect Cousin Brucey? What's going to happen with him?
So Cousin Brucey will have a bigger platform for people to be able to hear his extraordinary shows. And I've been a Cousin
Is
Brucey
Cousin
fan since
Brucey
growing up.
a part of the package that you can get?
Well, we haven't had a lot of discussions on it, but I can't imagine why XM subscribers would not want to hear Cousin Brucey.
Are you saying?
future.
Are you saying the XM subscribers represent more cousins? That's right.
It's a bigger family.
And the
it's a bigger family.
The XMers are officially cousins now, is what you're saying.
We are now together. I am, as of yesterday, I had a town hall there.
Yes.
I'm going to have one here today at 10:30 in New York.
Have you spoken with Oprah?
I have not spoken to Oprah, but Oprah had sent
she's an old
regards.
friend,
I love Oprah, and I've not seen her in ages. But
does Oprah want to meet with me now that we're on the same thing?
Let me write that down. So when I do speak to Oprah, I will ask her.
Somebody told me there was going to be a joint press conference.
You know what would be great?
Yeah,
I said that, and somebody picked up on it and said they couldn't wait for the joint press conference.
One of the bad about the internet, right? I mean, the internet's phenomenal, right? Is that all over the internet was people are asking now, when is the Howard Stern Oprah press conference?
I know. And you want to know something? What a great promotion that would be.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you imagine?
And it's only available on satellite.
I am volunteering for this right now.
Mel, if Howard decides to stay, and you said, I think, $2 billion in sales now, by then it'll probably be $5 billion. Will you have to give Howard the entire county of Staten Island?
Well, no. What I would
Mel
say,
would never give me the entire county of
so,
Staten Island.
so here's the negotiation with Howard.
Yes.
What are you, crazy? We have a monopoly.
Where are you going to go? You've ruined your reputation with terrestrial radio. You have nowhere to go.
Yeah, Howard, you
the
know
man
what?
always gets me in the end.
Back in 19... I guess
I've been through
85.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, I've been through a lot of negotiations with Mel. It's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
I will put this offer on the table, okay, because of this monopoly we now have. I will give you what we gave you in 85.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Mel. As a matter of fact, there was one time I was going through a negotiation with Mel when we were at K-Rock, and I turned to Mel, and this is just how stupid I am. I said, Mel, you should treat me like you would treat your own son. And Mel looked at me like I'm out of my fucking mind because I'm not his son.
Right.
And
He
this
said
is how
there's
I
one
view the
problem
world.
with that.
And when I went to a psychiatrist, it was one of the first things they ever brought up. And the psychiatrist looked at me and said, you're going to need a lot of psychiatry. He goes, the guy's not your father. He said, you end up thinking everyone's going to be your father and take care of you.
You are so bizarre because my son says to me, why can't you treat me like you treat Howard? Give him that. Give me that kind of money.
I got to talk to that guy.
Don Buchwald.
What is that, Dominic?
Don Buchwald, the greatest agent in the world, will only want you to be treated as well as Mel's dog.
Well, thank you, Dominic. That's very true. Well, Mel, this is a great day.
The one thing, like, it is on everybody's mind, though, is will all of the programming one day be the same, or will there always be two separate sets of programming?
So there's probably a closer situation. So, logically, if they have a country music channel that might be better than our country music channel, we'd want to give our subscribers the best.
Right.
So there probably will be a morphing to try to give both services the best service, but there will always be the two services because of what I mentioned to you about the cars. Our satellites can't go to the XM radios and XM satellites. So we're going to have to continue to operate, two separate operations. We're going to continue to have...
But don't you think eventually you'll be able to build a radio that can receive Sirius and XM?
Yeah, we have that radio, and we'll have that in the market soon. But that is still going to require that there be these General Motors radios that are in the car. So it's for at least 10, 12 more years, there's for sure going to be the two services. Closer together maybe on programming, but two distinct services. Longer term, I think it's 2015 or 2018, we can launch new satellites. And then when we launch new satellites, then it will be able to get to both radios, and then we can. But that's a long way off.
That's a long way off. That's great.
In the meantime, I have things to do to make this work. So the easy part, believe it or not, I've been telling people, the easy part is over because doing the deal is supposed to be easy. Now you got to make it work.
And what about Riley Martin? How will this affect him?
Have you negotiated with him?
You know, one of the thoughts coming in here was whether or not I should tell the truth about the revenue of the company.
Right.
Because I knew the impact would be on Riley Martin.
When Riley hears you're making $262 billion, it's going to drive him absolutely insane. In fact, I'll play you later in the show, not while Mel is here. Riley did call.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, Riley on his show said, I will play you tape, he's very upset that Mel didn't mention him at the press conference.
You're kidding.
That's right.
Wow.
And he's not kidding. He's not kidding. Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead. What do you want to say to Mel real quick?
I want to congratulate you, Mel, for all your hard work, for all of us, for Howard, for everybody. And Mel, if it's too personal, who are you voting for, Mel? Because whoever you're voting for, I'm voting for.
Yeah, it's. I thought I knew who I was going to vote for, and I was hoping throughout this process, I was going to see a distinction, from Republicans and a distinction from Democrats, and knowing how important to my life business is, that one of the issues that would have influenced my voting would have been, on, what is necessary, what is better for our shareholders. And that's because, a lot of the contributions that I make to political parties comes because I make money here.
Right.
And I'm not clear. I know Senator McCain fairly well, and I have really been a fan of his for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've not met Senator Obama. So, at this point, I haven't made any decision.
Up for grabs. You don't know yet.
I could.
Are you waiting for the debate?
I think I'm waiting till I probably close that curtain.
So
and
this
make the vote.
FCC process, you were hoping that maybe you'd have some clarity about how you felt about either party, but you're saying I would think you would have favored the Republicans in this because at least they approved the merger on the FCC.
I absolutely do. The vote was 3-2, and the 3 votes who approved it were Republicans, and that says an awful lot to me. So
and now, if you need me to advertise for you absolutely for free, I will pound the pavement for Sirius XM because I am a huge fan and a supporter of having what I like. This is my indulgence in life, and I truly believe in.
All right, I have a headache.
Marianne, we need more people like you who are willing to do things for free.
Right. Yeah. That's Mel's real push now. He wants to get as much as possible for free.
Yeah. Do whatever you got to do, Marianne. You have permission.
I see Ralph's on the phone and wants to tell Mel what he needs to do now as the head of Sirius XM. Are you interested in Ralph's input at all? Do you think it's relevant?
I feel the same about Ralph's input as I always have.
Right. Okay, good. Ralph, go ahead.
What should he wear at the press conference, Ralph?
So good. Hey, Mel really is in another world when he's waiting to talk to the candidates to decide who he's going to vote.
Right. He's really risen. I knew him when he had no access. Now all of a sudden he's hanging out with.
I love that.
Yes.
All right, Mel, there's 2 problems here, and take this seriously. First of all, my friend went to buy 2 different cars, a Hummer and a BMW. When he got the Hummer, they didn't even tell him that he had XM in it. He had to read the owner's manual. The BMW, he got the BMW. He ordered it. He gets the BMW. He goes, well, where's the Sirius? He goes, oh, you wanted that? You needed to order it. You should have asked us, and it's going to cost you $500 now. So these car companies got to get on board, first of all.
Right.
Ralph, I think for the first time I'm going to say, you've raised a good point, and I think the good news is it just shows you how successful satellite radio has been. And there's still so much work that has to be done to really execute perfectly. And a lot of the stuff is beyond our hands. When you go to Best Buy or one of the retail stores, they have a fair turnover of salespeople. And you ask them a question, which service has Howard Stern? And I do that all the time, just go in as a customer. It's amazing how frequently they don't get it right.
Yeah, they'll say XM, and they don't get it. And Ralph is right; it's true. And everyone I meet, but everyone I meet has an idea on how to improve satellite radio and improve sales and this and that. The other thing, there is Mel's right. There's a tremendous amount of work to be done. I mean, how do you get a guy who works at a car dealership to understand that? Hey. Customer walks in.
About it, yeah.
Do you want satellite radio? This is a feature that we offer. This is that. I mean, how do you do that?
I bought a car the other day. I work in satellite radio. They know I work in satellite radio. They forgot to put the satellite in the car.
It's ridiculous.
I bought a car just honestly for the purpose, okay, of I didn't have a satellite radio in one of my cars, so I figured I need to have it in all my cars, so I bought a car just to go through the experience.
Process, yeah. Right.
It is frustrating because they want to sell cars.
Right. They don't
So,
look to sell
when they
radios.
think that the car is 30,000, it's 40,000, it's 100,000, they're not focused on this low-priced item. So we have some programs. We're going to work on it. We'll get better as time goes on, but it's a real issue.
Ralph,
the other problem, Mel, is this equipment. You should be able to go in a store and buy one fucking thing instead of jumping through hoops. I got to buy a car kit. I got to buy a home dock. I got to port this. It should be simple. And then they don't have the car kit in stock. It's so frustrating. And that's if you can get this stuff sometimes.
Ralph, now that the merger's done, and now I don't have to testify for hearings, I will work in my basement on getting these radios.
Well, I've actually been doing that.
Would you consider using Ralph as a consultant in any of this? Is there any value in his opinions?
My microphones, I can't,
can't
my
hear.
headset's not working.
His headset doesn't work. All right, thank you, Ralph. Well, there it is. I'll tell you what we should do. And I'm going to make this offer to you, Mel. In order to get these car dealers up to speed and make it important to them to sell these satellite radios, if I can convince Gina Lynn, the porn star, to date the car dealer that sells the most satellite radios and have full-blown out sex with her.
Let me tell you, you've got the constituency that would be most,
wouldn't
interested.
that work?
Based on the car dealers that I know, that could work, but I can't be involved.
You can't be involved.
Can't go out and sell that.
I mean, isn't that really where it's at?
I
Sex
think
and
they
money?
usually use money as an incentive.
I think that's it. Listen, Mel, I've taken up enough of your time.
Yeah, get to work.
I need to deal with the stock. I mean, that's the
now
issue
you need
now.
to deal with the stock. I think people are impressed with what you have done. I know I am.
Thank you.
I am special, but this seems to make you even more special, which is terrific. I am very grateful that you did this because I'm going to tell you, I could never have predicted that 2.5 years ago when I signed up with the company, actually 3.5 years I signed, I said satellite radio will be big. And I really felt that it would take off, and I think it is the future of radio. But I never would have thought in 2.5 years the companies would merge.
And by the way, in my opinion, and I'm not blowing smoke, but for you, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Because I think the only way it happened was that Sirius became a good competitor to XM because XM was bigger. And had Sirius not been equal to XM, we could not have gotten that done.
Will we go down in history together, Mel, you and I, for some of the accomplishments we've had? Now, I'm going back to the terrestrial radio days. It seems every time that we've gotten together, huge successes have happened. True or false?
You will go down in history.
What about you?
I'll be happy to be a footnote.
You will only be a footnote.
Footnote.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that, too.
I would prefer to go down in history and have you be a footnote. No, but seriously, what a great partnership this has been. It's
been great.
Honestly, I mean, you're really a terrific guy, and you've done some terrific
things. Do you
things.
think, Howard, sometimes that the other people you've worked for in the past who only tried to hold you back
They're
and
assholes.
control you. That's what they decided to do with their time.
Well, in the history of
Instead
Howard's-
building a company,
Yes.
they tried to spend their time controlling
Mel is the
you.
only guy I work for who actually said to me, "You're an asset. I can sell your show." He's the only one who could sell it.
Mhm.
He was the only one who fought for me. Honestly, I've worked for a ton of people. They were all jack-offs. I've said this on the air before, and you'll hear me say it in the History of Howard Stern Part 2, which is a big special coming up. I talk extensively about Mel being the key person in my career. You can't have my kind of career if you don't have somebody backing you up.
Right.
But
And Mel always backed me up.
For full disclosure, in the History of Howard Stern Part 2, which I was interviewed for, I tell the story about how you wanted to be syndicated into more markets than I wanted to do it.
That's true.
And you and Don convinced me to do it against my better judgment at that time. So
I talk
in
about
fairness,
stuff like that, but the bottom line is we always figured stuff out together and moved forward and moved
And my
ahead.
point is, you were always Howard. These so-called business people who were the general managers of the stations before never understood what they had in their hands. And I wonder if they now sit around kicking themselves because you passed through their fingers.
Oh, yeah, you've been great for me. I mean, and I tell everyone, and I say it, and I don't want to get into a love fest, but the fact of the matter is you're terrific. Congratulations. And I'm going to tell you something about me. I am so fired up now because these scumbags at terrestrial radio, they haven't suffered enough yet. They sat and fought against this thing. Now you've got
Now
real
you're pissed
competition.
even more. You're even
I
more
am
pissed.
so pissed off now. I wasn't pissed off. They had a sleeping lion. I was fat and full. But I'm going to tell you something. I got an enemy now.
Now you got a fire in your
This
belly.
terrestrial radio deserves to compete now. Now, because they have a strong satellite competitor, they're going to have to sit there and figure out how to make their product better. You see, this is the
Oh, that
point.
is,
Now there's competition.
ridiculous.
Now there is real competition. You're going to have to figure out how to beat us and make your programming better than ours. And I got to tell you something. You are in big trouble.
Don't have a lot of faith that you can
We
do that.
are fired up. I'm fired. I don't know about anybody else. I'm fired up. What? Oh.
Well, you know what, really, Howard? I mean, really, when you think about it, he's right. You came into a company, you signed on, it had 650,000 subscribers.
Was that Mel roaring in the background?
That was Mel.
I heard
Mel
him.
is a
It was Mel.
big
He's going
one.
wild. He loves when I get fired up. Listen
But
to him.
listen to this. And when you signed on, that was the big question. Will he even make a difference? Will he have any impact at all?
There'll be a difference. You wait and see. You wait and see who wins.
In my opinion, the untold story when this merger is done is the impact that you had on getting this done.
And 50 years from now.
Did you take
And
a
can you
meeting?
believe this? What is it called? A museum of broadcasting, or what?
Take the Hall of Fame.
So-called Broadcasting Hall of Fame. How could you have a Broadcasting Hall of Fame and I'm not in it? Some reverend they put in there.
For the record,
I don't care, by the way.
4 years ago,
yeah,
I was inducted.
That's
into the
right.
Hall of Fame.
Rightly so.
Even you.
You should resign.
Why do you want
Why
to
don't
be?
you-
Why do you want to be
I
a
don't.
member of something that I'm a member of?
I just want to point that out. That's all.
Yeah.
How dare
if,
they?
If you go to the racetrack and there's a horse named Parmesan Stern, you bet on that horse.
Well, you know, in my opinion, and the last thing I have to say, because I really got to get back to work, is that in all of show business, okay, there are very few people, and I can't really think of another one that is as impactful, okay, in business. So the idea of having you be so impactful to do billions of dollars of a merger and to be able to take a company there, I think is extraordinary.
You're right.
And I
listen.
think that if you even begun to think in years ahead of leaving, it would be like me sitting there saying, you know what, now that it's done, I'm going to leave. So as much as I'm committed, I'm assuming, Howard, that you're committed.
I am committed to this company. You know that.
There are people that have lifetime subscriptions, and I
Here he
think
is
you
again.
have to have a
Sucking me
lifetime.
back in.
You need a lifetime contract.
If I loved my fans
If
and
you
this
cared-
company, I would be here forever. Let me tell you something. You're
Your
absolutely right.
legacy is not cemented yet.
Maybe if you stayed a little while.
Admit it, Mel. That shithead Imus, he couldn't bring over 3 people to satellite radio.
Maybe if you committed longer, you would one day get inducted into that Hall of Fame. And I'll do. If I have to
am
buy the
committed.
Hall of Fame, I will buy the Hall of
Always
Fame.
sucks me in. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I am commissioning a statue of Mel for this studio. I am going to get a top artist. And Gary will roll it in here, and you will have an honorary place here in this studio. I have not done that for anyone.
It's impressive.
And you will have your statue. And wait till you see it. Quickly, Gary, order me a bust. All right, listen, Mel, applause.
Yes.
Congratulations and kudos. You have done it, my friend.
Thank you.
And you, aside from being a dog lover, are a people lover and committed to this company, and I admire your accomplishment. I love what you've done. Congratulations. And for the government to make you wait 18 months and to make all of us wait 18 months was a sin, but you got it done. And again, you're a winner. You're not a loser. If anyone calls you a loser, they're wrong. You're a winner.
Go out of here knowing.
All right.
What are you going to do? Are you going to celebrate?
Well, no.
Did you open champagne?
Did not. What I'm doing is I got a busy day today because, as I said, this is the first press that I'm doing, and I got a few things that I have to do in that regard. I'm talking to employees at 10:30. I'm going to XM again tomorrow.
Are they nervous or something?
No,
Is that why
they
you have to
shouldn't
go
be.
over there?
No,
They shouldn't be,
I just
right.
want to learn more about it.
Are they going to stay in Washington?
That we're going to have a huge facility and continue to operate in Washington. You know, we have about 1,000 employees. They have a little over 1,000 employees. We're going to operate in both places. Purpose is to learn more about XM so I can integrate the company in a smooth way. And I will have a a glass of champagne
Fabulous.
or more on Saturday.
Excellent. We welcome our brothers at XM
Yes.
to the company, and this is terrific. And congratulations.
Mr. Karmazin.
Yes.
So how does it feel to have this huge weight lifted off your shoulders?
Well, the weight is still on my shoulders because, number one, we have to make the merger work, and we have to prove that it was the right decision to do it. So just getting the approval is the first step. Making it work is more important. And then we have to create the value for shareholders who own our company. So I think we still got an awful lot of work to do.
And now, what does this merger mean for the world of Howard Stern?
I think that more people will be able to, listen to Howard Stern show every day. There are an awful lot of people who bought General Motors vehicles because they wanted that car, and unfortunately, they're not able to get Sirius there. Where shortly, and within a few months, they'll be able to get Howard Stern. So I think it means, more people to be able to listen to Howard Stern.
All right, sounds good.
Great.
Congratulations.
The greatest of all time. I'm coming to see my main man, Howard Stern. We're going to talk straight talk, get it right, get it real, talk about HulkHogan.com, my energy granules, about the wife that's running crazy with a 19-year-old, the 50-year-old wife that's going nuts with a 19-year-old. We're going to talk about everything under the sun, wrestling, you name it. We're going to talk about Pam Anderson's legs. We're going to talk about everything. So what you going to do when Hulk Hogan, the greatest of all time, and Howard Stern run wild on you, brother?
Hulk Hogan is here. See Hulk on American Gladiators Monday nights at 8 o'clock on NBC.
Yes, he's hosting that with Layla Ali, I think.
That's Muhammad Ali's daughter?
Yeah, the boxer.
I think she's kind of cute.
She was on that Dancing with the Stars that you love so much.
Hey, there he is. Look how big he is.
But you know what? He looks smaller.
We're representing your boy, man.
I like that boy.
Bubba Army.
What'd you do, man? You pumped up. I mean, your arms are bigger.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got both phones from him, but Nick might call me from jail, and I got to at least say good morning if he calls me.
Absolutely.
Would you say hello to him if he calls?
Of course I would.
Just remember, you're being recorded. Anything you say can incriminate you, so no nail files in the apple pie or anything like that.
You mean I can't say I'm going to send you a gun so you can
No, you can. Oh, you can say it, but please don't do that.
Are you?
Where you want me here?
When
Yeah, sit down. Have a seat.
When you become a single, how's your hip?
My hip's better.
He's got a bad hip?
No, I got a hip replacement.
Oh, you did?
Why
but
does it hurt?
still hurts?
We had in the guy Jesse Ventura, who just had a hip replacement.
Please. Anyway, nice guy.
Well, he said he felt bad for you as a father, but he did badmouth you. He said
he's brutal.
He said you ratted him out to Vince McMahon.
He's so full of shit.
You're anti-union,
Dude, let me tell you something. Jesse has worked on these stories for 30 years.
He has a lot
He's finally got him. Jesse knows just a little bit about a whole lot of things.
Right.
And you should ask him about Plato's retreat when he used to come to New York and him and his wife would do all the wife swapping.
Oh.
You should ask him about coming to San Francisco, running wild on Quaaludes for 72 hours and showing up with the same clothes on, pissing in his pants and everything. You should ask him the real stories about Jesse.
Because Jesse said he never did drugs.
Please.
He said he did some testosterone.
Please.
But
Dude.
he never smoked weed. He said he never.
Dude, I smoked pot with Jesse in the hotel room and his partner Adrian Adonis. Give me a break.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Because he claims because
dude, stop.
You got.
But that was back in the 80s.
Because we had what's his name, the Iron Sheik on, and he used to call Jesse the Medicine Man.
Oh yeah.
And so,
what does that mean?
Okay, Robin.
I don't know these
Explain
terms.
the world to us.
It's a Blue Jay.
Double Blue Jay, brother.
Blue Jay,
And around. So you guys are hot. You never stop. You're doing great. I'm just trying to play the second half of the game here.
I'm worried about you.
I'm doing better.
When you sat down, we have a lot to cover, but when you sat down, you looked like you were in physical pain.
Yeah, my back's pretty messed up.
What is it messed up from?
Wait a minute. I told you one of the things that used to kill me about his reality show is that everybody's lounging around the pool in the beautiful house, and then Hulk limps out because he has given his whole body to making a livelihood for his family. And it always seemed that, he was not appreciated.
Yeah, did you start to feel, because now we can really talk. Did you
You know we can, brother.
Yes. Did you start?
Gloves are off.
Did you start to feel?
And you love it.
I do. Did you start to feel as a man, shit, I gave my whole body, really. I mean, you're racked in pain. You spent a lot of years hustling on the road for a living. Not that some of it wasn't fun, but a lot of it's pretty dreary. Did you start to feel resentful that like in a sense that your family was having such fun and good times, and meanwhile you're down there trying to maintain your physical health.
I didn't feel resentful. It's just, I couldn't stay ahead of the curve because it was never, it was never the house wasn't big enough or we had to move again. So I had to hustle. I actually kind of like retired one time, and then when I saw this big monster house being built, I went to work for Ted Turner for 7 years. And
did Linda put pressure on you and say the house isn't good enough for us?
No, she didn't say it was good enough, but she always wanted to move. And like when we went to Miami a few years ago,
I remember you didn't want to go there.
No, I wanted to stay in Florida, but Brooke was recording there, and so Linda found a house and she wanted to move there. So all of a sudden, Timberland, what's his name? Timberland, the producer was going to buy the home. But instead, I came in like at 7 in the morning with Brooke from the recording studio. They woke me up. Oh, we got to look at this house. We got to buy it. So, Linda talked me into buying this house. This is what I want. This is what I want. Put $14 million into the house. All of a sudden, 6 months later, I'm standing there in the house by myself. Kids gone. I'm going, what am I doing here? Ugh. So, and then, when she moved out to L.A., she got this rental house in Brentwood, $22,000 a month.
Why did she want to live in L.A.?
Because her family's from there.
But why did she have to move you and spend $14 million in California if she wanted to move to L.A.?
Yeah.
Brother, you got to fix what's wrong on the inside before everything works on the outside. You know what I'm
how
saying?
miserable I knew you were when we were at Bubba's wedding. And you walked in carrying that big box, whatever the hell, the gift was.
Right.
You looked like you just wanted to kill yourself. You're carrying this big box. I said, this guy needs to get laid so fucking badly.
The other thing was Linda was there, and she was holding hands with a girl.
I'm telling.
Oh, I can't even remember.
Oh, you want your lawyer on the phone? I'll put him on. I'll keep him up.
David Houston?
Yeah. All right. Dave, you want to be on here? I know you said you want
Dirty Dave.
Terry, how are you?
I'm doing great, man.
Hey, Dave. So anyway, I knew you were miserable that day. I said, this guy's aching to get out there and play around a little bit.
But at the beginning of the reality show, did you know your marriage was in trouble?
Yeah, I did. We had problems. I remember, I was married 23 years. I remember about the 3-year mark when we started to have a few little problems. I went to her parents and I said, Gail and Joe, I said, hey, Linda's kind of wild, and I'm having some problems with the wine and this and that. They go, well, you married her. I went, oh, thanks. I mean, like nobody told me.
Problem now.
Like they were having to get rid of her. I went, oh my God.
Hey, I know I'm jumping all over the place. Brooke's thinking of doing Playboy. You're going to let that go down?
Here's what's going on.
What's going on?
Brooke, when she was 16, got a call to do Playboy.
That's crazy.
So I called them back and I said very gracefully, she's only 16 years old. Thanks for the call. We appreciate the interest. Bang. So now all of a sudden, her reality show's taken off. She did some really great numbers the last couple of weeks.
I've been watching the show.
I have too.
Yeah. Playboy, she said to say hello too. She loves you.
I love you.
Playboy called and said, we want you on the cover of the 55th anniversary where they'll have Drew Barrymore, Marilyn Monroe, and everybody inside. So she calls me and asks me what I think. I said, well, the first thing you say on a business call like that is we're very interested. Let us find out more about it.
Right.
Now, Playboy could be something where they just got you on the cover and they do nice little pictures, or Playboy could be where they get you on the cover and they want the full-blown spread. And you have to make that decision.
Right.
Because it's a major career momentum-shifting move, which can make your career skyrocket or it can put you in the tank. So you got to be real careful.
So you would be okay with it if she decides to do it?
Bro, I'm not okay with it because I got this old redneck, old school mentality, which is barbaric. But at the end of the day, Brooke is 20 years old, bro, and I did this whole bluffing act of don't talk to Brooke, don't look at her till she was 18.
Right.
But I'm pretty easy, bro. I'm not like a double standard guy. I mean, I can't, run the game one way, then have the rules different for somebody else. But I said, Brooke, you really have to think this through and make the right decision. Timing-wise?
Would you look at the pictorial?
No, hell no.
You would never want to see your daughter.
No.
But
God,
you put suntan lotion on her butt.
Yeah, well, I put baby lotion on her butt when she was a baby, too. She's my daughter.
You're catching a lot of shit for that, right?
You know what? That's all. You know what? It's in the bottom of somebody's birdcage the next day. Who gives a shit anyway? But at the end of the day, if Brooke makes that choice, I'll support her. I think right now it's the wrong time.
Really?
I think it's the wrong time.
I agree,
now.
and I'll tell you why.
What is the right time?
Because
I don't know. Probably down the road when she needs to. Well, you can ask Pam Anderson. She knows when the right time is. Hell, I don't know. I've never done it.
No, Brooke's got something going on now.
She doesn't need
She's doing
it.
She doesn't need it.
Yeah.
And the best time for her to do it is when Hulk is dead.
I see.
That's the best time to do it. Let him pass away, and then she can go in the fucking magazine and be
Once
naked.
he's 6 feet under. Huh?
Yeah, I like her. I find her charismatic.
He is fascinated.
I watch the show every week, and I don't even know why.
Let me tell you one thing about
Why
Brooke.
do I like that?
I got to tell you one thing about Brooke. She is the most honest, pure, nicest person. She doesn't have a bad bone in her body. She is loyal to a fault.
You think
the guy
she could
that
be...
ends up with her?
Yeah, but hold it. You
What?
think she could be a good wife? She's been spoiled her whole life.
No,
you
bro,
have
she hasn't been spoiled.
Yeah, you have given her a lifestyle. You forget. You've given her an incredible lifestyle. She's used to getting whatever she wants. She lives in a luxury condo.
She works her ass off.
Yes, but still, she's going to expect some guy to take care of her the way you do. And you take care of her.
Well, why would you
unbelievably.
marry somebody and lower your standards or even make a lateral move?
Did you ever have to spank her when she was a kid?
This is the truth, the honest truth. When she was like, she still had diapers on.
Right.
And I don't know if she was 2 years old or how old she was, but I was packing my wrestling bag trying to get ready to do another Vince McMahon extravaganza. And every time I'd pack my bag, she'd take something out. I'd put something in, she'd take a knee pad out. I'd put a boot in, she'd take a boot out. And I hit her on the butt on the poopy diaper.
Right.
And I still never heard the end of it. I mean, I smacked her one time on the ass, and she still talks about it.
I would have to spank her.
You know what? I'm looking at
you're
his
brutal.
finger, and he has a tattoo.
Oh, I'm getting that removed.
What is that?
That's my wife's name, Linda.
Uh-huh.
Oh, on your ring finger?
Yeah, I'm getting that removed.
You know, I'm getting married in a couple of, weeks or so.
We need to have a talk.
And I'm getting a tattoo.
We should talk.
Why? Why should we talk?
Well, because...
You know
Because, brother, let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
10 years from now, you'll be looking at me going, Hogan, we should have had that talk, brother.
Really?
Yeah. We should have had that talk. And I know Beth's a great girl.
She is.
She's an awesome girl, but still, man, you know.
You think love can't work?
I didn't say love can't
Are
work.
you
I
that
say why
sour?
mess love up with marriage? No, I'm not that sour.
Well, maybe you're right. Beth even said that to me last night. She goes, I'm really nervous about getting married. I said, why? She goes, what if it fucks everything up?
No doubt, brother.
But why does it have to fuck everything up?
It doesn't have to. Maybe
what could be
Beth,
there?
maybe even Beth, it won't change a thing. But
Yeah,
you know,
but you're saying
but if it
that,
does
like-
change a thing, cover your ass business-wise.
Oh, so what's going on with that now? You're going to get cleaned out.
Of course I am.
What about Florida law? Luke was in here.
Is the divorce in Florida?
Is divorce in Florida or California?
It's in Florida, but you know, Florida's a no-fault state. But it should be an easy. That's what none of us. Even David's on the phone. That's one of the things we don't understand. It should be just an easy divorce. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't. You know.
She's gonna want money, man.
Oh, but of course, it was an argument when she filed for divorce. It means I never want to see you, be with you. I'm not in love with you anymore. So I figured.
But what caused the divorce? Were you already fucking around, or was she? I know she's fucking around with some 19-year-old pool boy or something, right?
Yeah.
Like one of Brooke's friends. Or
Yeah,
something.
that's been a tough one on the kids.
That
been a
is
tough one.
Brooke's not even talking to the mom.
No, and kind of it got really crazy because things have kind of like escalated because, you know, first off when Brooke started dating the kid, she told Brooke she was the boy was 27 years old, which kind of appalled Brooke, you know, because that's kind of young for a 50-year-old.
Oh, hell yeah. Are you flipping out about it psychologically?
No, bro, I'm cool with that. I'm way cool with that because I'm not connected with her as far as being in love with her anymore.
Yeah, but what the effect it has on the kids.
The effect it has on the kids is tough because what really kind of set it off is when Brooke found out how old the guy was. It was a situation where, you know, Brooke was living with me, you know, because there was a bunch of crazy stuff going on, and Brooke finally figured out who both of us were.
Mm-hmm.
So Brooke's living with me, and all of a sudden, she started packing up a little overnight bag, and I guess Linda had talked about spending the whole day and night with Brooke. So Brooke didn't want to upset me. And when she's packing a little bag, she goes, oh, Dad, you know, I'm kind of like going to go over and spend the day and the night with Mom. And I think Brooke thought it would roll into like 5 or 6 days, you know.
Right.
And she didn't want to upset me. I said, oh, that's cool. So all of a sudden, when Brooke's packing up, Linda calls and says, well, let's just meet for breakfast.
Oh.
And switch gears. So she says, let's meet at the Willow house, a big house. So Linda goes to the Willow house. Mom's not there. So Mom goes, come to the restaurant. I told you to come to the damn restaurant. So Brooke flipped out and said, Mom yelled at me, said, come right to the restaurant. I said, okay, we'll go meet your mom at the restaurant. Well, what happened was Brooke hung up the phone, and this is the house she grew up in. She wanted to go upstairs and see her room because she hadn't been there for 4 or 5 months and see what clothes were there. And as she walked upstairs to turn left to her room, she looked in Nick's room. Now, Nick's in jail.
Right.
And when she looked in Nick's room, all Nick's clothes were on the bed. His jewelry was out. When she walked in Nick's room, the computer was on. And she goes, what the hell? And all of a sudden, she opened Nick's bathroom door, and there's 2 6'4", 19-year-old boys. She goes, what are you doing in my house? And the one kid goes, I live here. I date your mom.
Oh.
And Brooke looked at the kid and goes, you're Charlie Hill. I went to school with you. You're younger than me. So Brooke started shaking and called me.
Oh, my God.
And I didn't know if it was going to be an Aruba situation. They were going to beat her up or rape her. I don't know what's going on. So I said, just tell them you're calling the cops. They left, and as Charlie walked out, he clicked off on Nick's computer. You know, so, I mean, the invasion of privacy to put your daughter in that situation. And Linda got pissed at Brooke and said, Brooke ransacked the house. This is the house she grew up in.
Wow.
You know, so now Linda doesn't talk to Brooke anymore. And then
Do you think this is all a result of the reality show? Would you, if you had
no,
to do it
bro,
over
there were
again?
problems before the reality show.
So the reality, you don't blame the reality show. You don't feel like it was a mistake.
No, I mean, things were going to turn out the way they turned out. You know, everybody wanted to do the reality show. It put extra pressure on, but there were already problems with Lynn and I for the last 10, 12 years before that. It was a nightmare. I mean, Linda.
Why didn't you get out sooner?
Because for the same old story for the kids, brother.
For the kids.
Do you think it was good for the kids? You staying
Not now.
together?
Not now. I don't.
In retrospect, everyone always
now
says
I
that.
realize that the kids. It would be better off for the kids to be from a broken home than be in one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now that I really see it, you know, and there were things like, you know, just sometimes I would get these crazy cheap shots when I'd talk to Brooke and say, Brooke, you know, what do you think I should do? She goes, Dad, Mom doesn't love you anymore. That's tough coming from your kid.
Were you not having sex for the last 10, 12 years with your wife?
It was off and on, but it was very rare.
Very rare. And here you are,
And you're Hulk Hogan.
I mean, you can get laid.
Stop.
I mean, you can, right?
Well, I'm dating a really nice 34-year-old girl right now.
Did you move right into the dating the 34-year-old girl, or did
No,
you go
brother.
out and have a little fun?
Brother, I didn't have anything. I've been through this crazy transformation. I don't want to Bible thump you, but on my wrist I have awareness.
Yeah.
And I have grateful because
When did you put that on?
Right when all this stuff going down, I was soul searching because I went to a really bad place for a while.
You just got those tattoos.
Yeah, about 6 months ago. I went to a really bad place, and I got really weird. I was so depressed.
You?
My family was no. Oh, thanks, Robin.
What do you mean by weird? What do you? how did you get weird?
I just was so depressed that I lost, my wife, and she walked away after 23 years. Even
But
though we
you
were
should have
fighting,
been happy because you were miserable.
I wasn't happy because, bro, I thought that when you put your hand on the Bible and you said, till death do us part, through better or worse, that we would go through this and get through it. I had no idea that the final argument would end up in divorce or whatever. So I kind of got by myself. I was in this big house seeing all my kids' pictures and everything. And with nobody in there, your mind starts playing games on you.
Right.
You start drinking a few beers and you and you get a little weird.
Were you thinking you were going to kill yourself?
I had some weird thoughts.
No shit.
I had some weird, but
Did you take a gun out and try to kill yourself?
No, I didn't take a gun out and try to kill myself. I had a gun in the house. I've got a permit. I've never shot the gun, never brandished the gun, never anything. But the gun is there, and the thought process goes through your head. But at the end of the day, the overriding thought is your kids. And so you go through this huge depression. And, I started praying. Well, I was praying the last couple of New Years to be happy. That's all I wanted to be, was happy. And all of a sudden, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I kind of just snapped out of it. And what happened
Who
is...
did you turn to during these times? Did you go to a psychiatrist?
No, I didn't. I just talked to a bunch of friends. And
Who? Bubba? Did you
Here's
talk
the
to
deal.
Bubba? Here's the deal. Did he start in with you?
Who?
Bubba. Did you talk to him?
Oh, yeah, Bubba helped me a lot,
He did
man.
help you a lot.
I actually
He's a good guy, Bubba.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I actually moved in with him for a while just so he was worried about me. He says, come stay at my house. But what happened...
How was that? Did you see Heather naked?
No,
You did not. Not even during that time.
But that was tough because when I was staying with Bubba, every morning I'd come down and I'd see his two kids, so that was tough.
Right. And all of a sudden, now you're living in Bubba's house. You're not with your family. That is depressing.
Yeah, but that's okay. But Bubba
were
has
you
a boy
getting-
and a girl, and,
and you
I'm
weren't
sure
getting-
that reminded you.
And you weren't going out and meeting girls at that point?
I was going out and drinking and running around, but I was too depressed
How
to talk
long
to
did it
anybody.
take you from the time that you and your wife said, okay, that's it, it's over, I'm moving out? How long did it take you before you start dating? Do you wait an hour, a half hour? How long do you wait? Honestly, I
Well,
want
I
you to
really
know.
have never dated,
Okay. How long before you
But,
get married?
it probably took a couple months before I met somebody that was really
But
cool.
what'd you do for those couple of months? Did you get any pussy?
No, bro.
Nothing.
Dude, you can't
Dude,
even...
that's why you were depressed.
No, it's not even... Let me tell you something. When you're that upset mentally, nothing works.
Oh, that works.
No, it doesn't.
Trust me.
Okay, well, okay. You've never been that
You should have
depressed.
called me. Never mind Bubba.
Well, you're not my type.
I would have told you what to do.
Jeez.
I'm not your type.
No, but it's, the thing was, I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. In the last couple of years, I just prayed to be happy. And
I thought you were happier. Like when I see you at the wedding, when you're hanging out with your daughter and your son, you were way happier, felt way younger, way more forceful than when you were standing next to your wife.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what happened to me. I actually didn't think I could go to this buyer's meeting and sales meeting for Walmart.
Right.
And I had Hogan Energy in Walmart. And all of a sudden, I went to Texas. I didn't think I'd go, and I spent 2 days there talking to the buyers and everything about Hogan Energy. And on the way back on the plane, I was moaning and complaining to some guy in first class, and this lady tapped me on the shoulder. She goes, "You need this book." And all of a sudden, I looked at my watch. I had like an hour on the plane, so I can read real slow in microscope a script, a 100-page script, and take 8 hours, like I'm blocking it and shooting every scene.
Right.
Or I can speed read through a 100-page script in like 20 minutes. So I started speed reading through this book, and I saw what it was. I broke a sweat. I went, oh my God, I don't want to give this book back. And as I was reading it and flipping out, right when the landing gear was going down, the lady goes, keep the book. And the book was The Secret.
What is The Secret?
It's
You
about,
don't know The Secret?
I know Private Parts. The only book I ever read.
Okay, that's a hell of a book, too. But
Thank you.
I don't want to Bible thump you, but it had to parallel what I believe religiously. It couldn't be a snake oil type deal. So religiously...
Did you read The Secret, Robin?
I've read The Secret.
Did
sure.
it do something for you?
Absolutely.
So what happened
Should
was...
I read this?
You'd probably be cool. You'd probably dig it.
Okay.
If you don't want to read it, they get a DVD. But what it does...
DVD is good, too.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
someone reads it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
but what it does is it kind of paralleled what I believe, because I'm a Christian. You know, I believe that the brother died on the cross to pay for my sins, everlasting life, all that stuff.
You buy into all of that.
Well, I'm not going to go down that road and Bible thump you, but what it does is for me to read The Secret and buy into it. God created energy and all this stuff, and that's what The Secret is about.
It got you out of your depression.
Right, and it's all about positive thinking and the law of attraction. Just like the law of gravity really works, whether you know it or not.
Right.
The law of attraction is a real scientific law. We've got negative and positive charges. We emit vibrations. And
you're saying between a man and a woman?
No, between anything. Similar vibrations attract. Like if you're in a great mood and you're happy, oh my gosh, you'll attract those type of vibes. If you're depressed, manic,
you're going to attract other.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so I started reading that law of attraction. I figured it out that for 20 years, I was doing training, prayers, and vitamins. I was unconscious, and I didn't know what I was doing, but that was all positive stuff. And the law of attraction works whether you like it or not. So I attracted career, money, and whatever I attracted. Now, all of a sudden, I became aware.
Yes.
I'm conscious, and this is a real law I can use, so I can manifest and be happy and attract the right people and the right business and stuff. So that's what got me out of my thing.
Got you out of your thing.
Yeah.
And so, what was it like after all those years of marriage? You finally get a new chick. Talk to me about
somebody
that.
you can have regular sex with.
Let me tell you.
Locked up in a fucking prison.
Let me tell you this first. The only way I can describe it is I was breathing all this dirty air, and I thought we were supposed to hate and be miserable, and life sucks. And even though we went out with these people and we had a nice dinner, as soon as they leave, oh, I hate them, they're no good. And I was so used to this mindset of being negative, and it was all this dirty air. As soon as I went out and breathed clean air, I went, oh my God, life is beautiful. People are nice, and
so you realized when you were in your marriage with your wife, you got into some negative air.
Yeah, bro.
You became negative about people.
Yeah.
Everything became a bummer. Everyone was out to get you. All this shit, and then all of a sudden, your eyes are opened up, and you say, you know what? I think I feel like I'm a better person. I don't have to be so.
And even with all the things that are going down, people go, we're praying for you. They're supportive. They're so nice to me. Even with all these things going down, civil case, my son, the criminal case.
Why are you responsible for your son? Okay, your son had.
No, let me finish 1 second. All the stuff that's going down, I'm happier now than I was when I was married.
I believe it.
I swear to you.
I believe
you
it.
You still got stuff going on, though, just like Howard said. Those tapes came out of the prison conversation.
That doesn't seem right to me. Like, isn't that private shit?
We're going to court now to decide if that's public content, because if that's the case, why haven't we heard the Charles Manson tapes? Why haven't we heard all the OJ tapes? The Paris Hilton tapes, the Ted Bundy who killed all the Coeds in Florida. Those tapes were never released.
OJ talking to his lawyers.
Yeah, all that stuff's never been released. So all of a sudden they release it, and they release it with a juvenile, a child that's talking. And Nick even signed a paper when he went in jail saying he wanted no publicity.
Right.
So the Pinellas County legal team made this decision to release the tapes now.
Is this the most painful thing you ever went through in your life, seeing your son be in jail?
Yeah, bro.
This is the worst, right?
But he's doing better. He's doing better because he was sentenced to... First off, everybody that ever had reckless driving, serious bodily injury, or reckless driving and vehicular homicide where the person died when they're under 18, they always get probation.
Right.
But Nick got sentenced to 8 months minimum security, and the truth is we didn't realize he was going to get put to jail, but he took it like a man. He was accountable. He was responsible. He didn't even turn around and look at me when he got sentenced, which killed me. He just took it like a man. He went in thinking he was getting minimum security. They took him to an adult prison and put him in solitary confinement.
Wow.
I mean, this isn't just maximum security where, the murderers and the rapists, hang out. This is where the murderers and the rapists fight each other and attack the guards. They put him to solitary confinement to punish him.
Could you give him any advice about prison? Could you say to him, here's how you're going to remain mentally tough?
We read, bro, and when he could get to a phone, we read. I got him dialed into the being positive and walking in the spirit of Christ, brother, and it got him through it because most people who go into solitary confinement, the hardened criminals, after 48 or 72 hours, they file an emergency injunction to get them out because they mentally start to unravel.
Right.
Nick lasted 28 days, bro.
Wow.
And it was for the reading and just being positive and just knowing that, you have to be present and in this moment because the past doesn't exist. It's over. In the future, you look to that for salvation. But being in the moment, this is the only moment we ever have had or ever will have is this moment.
Right.
But and I said, you got to be grateful for where you're at.
But why are you financially responsible? If your son screws up, why do you have to be on the line financially in a civil suit? I don't understand why.
Well, it's me and my wife.
Right. Like why?
And she doesn't think she's responsible. She wanted custody of Nick, and she wanted to take Nick in. David, you still there?
Yeah. Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
What they're saying is because he's a juvenile, they're the parents, and they're alleging under Florida law that makes the parents responsible because he's still a juvenile when this crash took place.
Oh, I see. So that means you're but you got insurance. It's a car accident. Oh, you don't have insurance.
I had minimal insurance because Linda told my bookkeeper we didn't want to pay expensive insurance, so we basically had no insurance.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Yes, sir, brother. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, so you got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, but it's all cool, man. I'm happy.
You're not going to crack.
No, I'm good now. I could have, but now I'm good.
So now you got lawyers working on it like Dave here on the phone, and he's working things out.
Right.
But it's a lot of pressure on you mentally. I mean, come on.
It is, brother, but you know what?
You worked your whole life. You banged your body up. I mean, you've been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You hustled. So now to have your financial empire, you got your wife involved in trying to figure out how much money she's going to get. She
wants it all.
She wants it all.
All of it.
And then you got this lawsuit through what happened with your son.
How much wrestling did she do?
She did none, but I mean, she was on the Hogan Knows Best for 4 years. She ran a restaurant for 6 years. She's generated income, but now she's acting like she can't work, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And, she wants to make a career out of me, whatever she can do. And she wants all the trademarks and all just everything. It's like she wants it all.
How are you going to sort this? It's going to take years to sort all this out, isn't it?
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So tell me about something good so you finally, this is what I want to know. You've been married, you were married, 34 years?
20-something?
23.
23 years with the same woman. I don't know. I don't know if you fucked around during the marriage or not. But
he's not answering. He's not answering.
Don't answer anything, Terry.
Don't answer anything? Are you serious?
No, wait a second.
Are you serious, David?
Yeah, no, you can answer other things.
Other things.
Don't answer that?
Of course not.
Oh, I was going to answer it.
Seriously, some guys during their marriage do,
they fall.
She might have had a little something on the side. You might have had a little something on the side. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, you saw Jesse Ventura at Plato's Retreat, or just heard about it?
No, he used to wear the Plato's Retreat shirt on TV doing it and brag about him and his wife Terry going there.
Oh.
So you went there too?
No, I didn't go there. I just listened to the stories.
Oh, okay. But I'm just
that was in New York, Plato's Retreat.
Yeah.
So then, in other words, if you were kind of... But here you are, a single guy.
Yeah.
You're famous, All of a sudden, you're now a free man. You can breathe the free air, as you say.
Yes.
Is the chick the one that kind of looks a little bit like your ex-wife, looks a little bit like Brooke? She got the blonde hair.
You know what they say? They say blondes all look alike. I mean, if you look at her, she doesn't look anything like Linda.
But you might have a type.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was attracted to her because I was stumbling around this health food store, Nature's Food Patch. I was stumbling around, and all of a sudden, I was looking for these animal crackers.
Right.
Because I love these organic animal crackers. And I couldn't find the damn things. And here's this blonde-haired girl in the aisle, and I said, "Excuse me, do you work here?" She goes, "No." I said, "Well, do you know where the animal crackers are?" And I looked at her eyes because my eyes look like they're always bleeding. I'm so tired and they're irritated, and I need some surgery on them to clean them up. There's these little things from the sunspots that I've got. And I said, "Why are your eyes so white? I've never seen anybody's eyes so white." I thought maybe she was on something. I didn't know.
Right.
She goes, "No, I just eat all organic food, and here's the animal crackers." So. And I just remember talking to this girl, and she had this aura about her, this positive vibe.
How did you get her number?
I didn't. And then about 2 weeks later, I ran into her in that same health food store again, but this time...
Did you go back looking for her?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was walking around with my tail between my legs at present. About 2 weeks later, I went back and ran into her again. But this time, not only did I notice her eyes, I noticed her booty, too, and everything else.
Yeah.
And I started talking to her, and she was an artist, and this and that and the other. And, you know, she worked at Delta for 8 years, and she'd seen me in Cincinnati, and she'd seen me in the Tampa airport, and we started talking. So I asked her for a number.
So you ask her for the number, you call her up.
Right.
Now, where does the famous Hulk Hogan go with a chick on a date? I mean, you're going to be observed by everyone. You got to go be on
No,
the
I didn't
street
go on
too.
a date, man. I just
Where
went
do you
by
go?
her house and hung out with her. And
You went to the house and hung out?
yeah.
And I imagine big things happen.
Well, it took a while, brother.
Whoa, whoa,
She's
whoa,
straight as an arrow.
What are you talking about?
Well, she
You're
doesn't.
Hulk
She
Hogan.
doesn't drink.
Took you- how
She
long
doesn't
did it
drink.
take
She
you?
doesn't do any drugs. She's straight as an arrow. I still.
How long does it
I
take
heard
you
the.
to
I
get
heard
into
the
her
F. I heard the F word every day of my life for 23 years. I still haven't heard a cuss word out of her yet.
How long does it take you to get a good girl like that? How long did it take you to get her in pants?
Dude, I ain't going there.
What are you talking about?
I ain't going there. You figure it out. You know the answers to everything.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Quicker. Son of a bitch. No kidding. You still have it. She wanted it. So you spent a lot of time making out, this kind of thing, a little bit of romance.
That must have been fun.
Let's say in
This
a
is
week,
different.
all of a sudden now, you're inside a new woman. Is
Oh,
it the greatest?
stop.
Come on, let's be honest.
Stop.
Was it the greatest? Was it unbelievable?
She's awesome. She's awesome. That's all I
Look
can
at
say.
you. And
She's
you're going to
awesome.
stay with her. You're going to get into another long-term relationship?
But everything in this world is a run. Some people have little, like in the wrestling business, how long was your run in New York? Well, I was in New York a couple months. Well, Hogan, how long was your run in
So
New York?
you don't
20
know.
years. You know, I take it one day at a time. She's awesome.
Did you tell her you just got out of a long marriage and you're going to be fucking other women? Did you
I
tell her
didn't
that?
tell her. No, I didn't
You did
tell her
not
that.
discuss that with her?
No, I'm not that type of guy. If I'm locked in with somebody, I'm all the way in or all the way out.
You are?
Yes, I am. All the way
I
in or all the
respect
way
that.
All the way in or
I
all the way out.
respect that.
You know what I
And
have
she's
to ask?
awesome.
You need a period of time, though, where you're going to go out, whether it be 6, 7 months, maybe a year.
How long after you and
Are these
Linda
Howard
split?
Stern's-
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How
Are
long
these
after
Howard
you
Stern's
and Linda
rules?
split did you get into this relationship?
A couple of months, you said.
Well, no, that's after she filed for divorce. Linda split a long time before that.
Oh.
Linda left me in Miami and took off
Oh, I didn't know.
and split and went and rented a house in Brentwood, and I wasn't welcome to that rental house.
Oh.
I bet you don't even remember now what it was like to make love to Linda.
I don't even remember the last time I was with her.
Wow.
It's been that long.
Jesus.
So now what are we going to do about Bubba?
Bubba?
What do you mean?
Bubba's rolling.
Bubba's weight.
Oh. Hey, yeah. Where is your role in all of this?
Well, he's got his own gym now.
You get his own
in
gym.
Tampa.
He's twice the size of when I last saw him. The
And-
guy is 500 pounds probably now.
No, he's not 500
What is he,
pounds.
400?
I don't know. No, he's not. But he started working out again. He's getting back on track.
Is he?
Yeah, he is, and he's rolling.
You got to
He's rolling.
motivate this guy.
Yeah, well, when he was working out with me every day.
He was good.
Now I can't even work out my own gym at my house. What kills me, you talk about my wife and this 19-year-old guy. First off, Linda in that Tampa area, nobody likes her because she's been mean to everybody.
Does that bother you? Because it's a reflection of you, too.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Everybody knows when I grew up. There, everybody knows me, and they know she's got her own deal. And this 19-year-old guy being with her doesn't bother me. What bothers me is him being in my house, sleeping in my bed, working out in my gym, driving my cars, bro. That's the thing that bothers me.
Jesus, of course.
and-
This is everything you worked for, and that's some house. It's not
and the
some
thing
little
is,
dump.
Bubba's strong in that area,
Yeah.
And he's unloading on Linda, and now Charlie Hill's getting the effects of, being on the wrong side.
Oh.
Right.
So it's getting crazy.
Jesus.
Well,
Things are a
I
mess.
read a quote from you the other day that you said that Linda, of all the, you had a lot of dirty tricks played on you in wrestling, but she's been the dirtiest trickster of all.
Well, she took it to really crazy levels because, there was a situation down in Miami where after Linda left, well, it wasn't even after Linda left. It was before Linda left. But what happened was Brooke was working for this record company in South Beach, and she had a handler, a girl named Christiane.
Right.
David, can I talk about this?
Yes, go ahead, Terry.
Okay. She had this handler named Christiane. She's 34 years old, and she was like Brooke's manager, agent for the record label. And Christiane wouldn't call Linda, but Christiane would call me, and she goes, "What is wrong with Brooke today? Why is she crying again? What is wrong with Brooke today?" She said her mother kicked her and cussed her out. What is wrong with Brooke today? I didn't think it could get any worse. And it was every day she'd call him because Linda used to browbeat Brooke every single day. You know, I don't know. It just went on and on and on. So anyway, at the end of the day,
So in front of the cameras, everything was an act because she seemed like she was real good mom.
yeah, we got some serious B-roll from Hogan Knows Best. Wait till you see some of this stuff.
That might end up in court.
Ooh, yeah.
It could end up in court.
Yeah, but anyway, to make a long story short, finally, Christiane called one time, and I was the one that had nosedived and crashed because it was one of those things where, F you, I hate you, I don't love you anymore, get a divorce, I'm sick of this crap. And like Linda left the day before Thanksgiving, I cooked my first turkey in 23 years, and the kids going, is Mom going to be here for Thanksgiving? And all of a sudden she came home 4 or 5 days later, you know, which is totally insane. So anyway, when Christiane called, I was crying like a baby, all upset, freaked out. She goes, oh my God, what's wrong with you? So we started talking. And we started talking. So eventually we hooked up a couple times. You know,
right?
And it didn't work out. It wasn't the right thing to do. But anyway, a year later, something happens. Brooke's in Miami. The word goes around. Brooke finds out about it.
Oh yeah,
it flipped Brooke out.
That you banged her assistant, her coworker there.
Right. So Brooke flipped out. Understandably, I was wrong. There's no way you can justify it. Shouldn't have done it.
Right.
But anyway, at the end of the day, Linda and her Miami attorney Branco jumped on it. Brooke was at her house filming Brooke Knows Best, putting her makeup on. And they came and signed these papers. So what happened was Brooke signed this paper. I seen my dad, you know, or heard my dad fighting with my mom, the gun, he threatened her life. And Brooke signed all this stuff. So check this out. Now they split. Later in the day, they reworked the draft to get the verbiage the way they wanted. They tried to get Brooke to sign it again. So the second draft comes and Brooke crosses it out, says none of this is true. These are all lies. Don't use this. So Brooke, when Brooke moves into me, she's with me. She's got this huge guilt trip. She explains to me. I said, Brooke, don't even worry about it.
Good.
Children get manipulated all the time in divorces. Just don't even worry about it. When the time's right, we'll address it. Tell your side of the story, how you're under duress, they manipulate you, and let's not even worry about it, Brooke. I love you to death. That doesn't matter.
That's good.
All of a sudden, Brooke's show does a great number.
Right.
And I'm talking about the dirty tricks. Brooke's show does a great number. A couple of weeks. Brooke Knows Best.
Yes.
Blows VH1 away. The premiere of the show. All of a sudden, I get a call from the Globe magazine. How'd you like to comment on the paper that your wife gave us? I said, what are you talking about? Well, your daughter signed it. They didn't take the second draft that Brooke said, don't use, this is all lies. Linda and Branco took the first draft and called the Globe and gave it to the Globe.
Let me ask you a question.
And stop. And used Brooke as a stepping stone. She stepped on her own daughter and used her own daughter to get ahead in a divorce situation. And that, to me, was the straw that broke the camel's back, and that's one of the dirtiest bottom feeder moves I've ever seen.
Can I ask you a question?
And Brooke is totally devastated by it. Yes,
I bet.
you can.
That's a horrible story, but let me ask you a question. Why can't you and Linda sit down and say, look, the marriage is obviously over.
Thank you.
No more blood.
Thank you.
To be spilled. The kids are going to get hurt. We have enough shit going on.
Thank you.
Let's sit down with an arbitrator and come up with a reasonable agreement where both sides feel good. 50-50 split, whatever it is. I mean, whatever you think is amicable. Right?
But you know what?
What's up, Dave? What's up?
Would you be against a 50-50 split?
No.
Howard,
you would not.
We've been trying to do this. We're dealing with a law firm that's publicly announced they're going to go to war. There's no war here. All that Hulk wants to do is get the case settled, and that's what we're going to try to do again coming up in August.
I always love when people say, "Why can't you?" Because one party won't do it.
Exactly.
Well, why not though? But why does I don't.
This
really
is
know.
her last hurrah.
Linda.
When Linda's done with me, who's she going to be? It's her last hurrah. At the end of the day, there's no custody here. It's a real simple divorce. Like everybody said, it's a real simple divorce. But in People magazine, Linda's attorney from Miami, Branco, goes, we're going to go to war. I'm going. And what Linda doesn't understand is this Branco, because a lot of people in Miami know him. I hired a forensic accountant that knows the guy. And I said, what's up with this guy? He says, Branco hasn't generated enough fees yet or hasn't got enough publicity. That's
because
why
you
it's
would
not
save
over.
a lot, with all respect to Dave here, you would save a lot of money in legal fees. You're probably going to rack up millions of dollars in legal fees.
This is money
if this
that
keeps going on.
This is money that
you could split.
This is money that Linda could have had. This is money I wanted to give to my kids.
Right.
That they're churning and burning up. But the thing is, they just want a war. They just want a war.
So you're caught in hell. This is why marriage is hell. This is the worst part of it.
Yes. David, any comment?
No, look, what we're going to do is we're going to try to sit down with them, try to pound some sense into them. This isn't about lawyers getting in the newspaper. We're dealing with people. We need to settle this case, resolve it. There's nothing to fight about.
Yeah, it sounds like you're both in the position now where you have to embarrass each other and keep answering each other's accusations, and it's just getting uglier and uglier, and you need this behind you.
Well, the weird thing is, she's bringing everybody into it, her family, her mother, and everybody. I've done business with her mother.
Could you go and knock on her door and say, listen.
Linda?
Linda.
No.
Could you go and knock on her door and say, do you have a restraining order against you?
No, but she had the cops pull me over and lied to him.
And what'd she say?
And the cops pulled me over when I was going to my apartment because Linda has both houses.
Why is that?
Oh, Jesus, dude.
No, wait a second. Why don't you have one of the homes?
Because when it came down to this whole, when Linda filed for divorce, I talked to my kids and I said, look, guys, and I had no idea Linda was in the kids' ears. And Brooks told me what's been going on all these years. I didn't know that.
Right.
That Linda's telling Brooke and Nick, your father threatened to kill me, and if you tell him, he will kill me. He will kill me. I went, what? I mean, but there's all kind of stuff she's
so she has the homes because she's told the kid no,
she has the big home because when I asked the kids, I said, where do you guys want to live? I said, if you want to, I've got equal power with your mother. If you want to live with your mother, there'll be no problem. But if you want to live with me, I may have to fight a little bit to get you.
Right.
They said, oh, Dad, we're not worried about you. We should live with Mom. I had no idea she was in their ear. So I said, okay, you guys take the big house.
Fine.
So anyway, now I go to move
house?
to the beach house. I move in there, and I talked to my divorce lawyer, Ann Kerr, and she goes, do you have a gun? And I said, yeah, and I've got a permit, and I've never used it, and never branched it. She goes, well, I want it. I said, why do you want it? Because Linda says she's in fear for her life. I said, Ann, I've never taken the gun out. I've never fired it. I said, okay, you can have the gun back. She goes, where are you living? I said, well, I moved into my beach house. She goes, whose name is it in? I said, well, Linda bought it for me like 15 years ago for the wrestlers to go over and hang out, and it's a marital asset, so I never put it in mine or her name. I just left it in her name. She goes, get out. I said, why? She goes, because this woman is so crazy that if she calls the cops and say that you threaten her life.
Hold it. The big house is in your name, isn't it?
It's in both of our names.
So tell her to get out and let her go live on the beach.
Well, I'm over it, man. That house got too many memories. She got in there with the kids and did her thing.
This is insane.
Yeah. So anyway,
this is what it becomes. Yeah.
No, but instead of staying in the beach house,
I'm going to say something now.
My divorce attorney said if she calls the cops and says you threatened her, and she says the house is in her name, they'll come in and get you.
She should sit down with you and say, you know what? We're spending all this money on lawyers. You're going to be done. You're going to have $2-3 million in lawyers. No, she's going to care about money. The $2 or $3 million she could have had.
She would like him to pay the $2 or $3 million and give her everything else he's got.
Well, she's not going to get everything he's got. She's at best going to get 50% of what he's got.
Well, you're talking rationally.
Is she going after future earnings?
Of course.
Of course.
She wants his trademarks.
Everything.
Howard, what we're dealing with is a person who's using the money to get back emotionally. This isn't about rational thought, and I think Robin's absolutely hitting it on the head.
This is terrible. This is bad. This is bad. Where are you living now?
In an apartment.
A nice apartment, at least?
Is it as big as Brooks on the show? Or
no.
I mean,
Brooks doing better than me.
Tell me, but where is she getting all this money?
Well, she just moved out this week. She was living with me, but now she's going back to Miami because she's going to start recording again.
You need a few bucks? Is that what you're saying? I mean, okay, I don't know what I got on me.
Do we need to tide you over?
You want me to loan you a few dollars? I'm all right with that.
Not today.
This is crazy.
Bob offered.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Bubba's got the biggest heart. He's an amazing
But,
man.
Is
this new girl of yours? She's 34. Is she going to want a kid with you?
No.
Because we're not going there.
No. We're not going there. But
I'll cut your cock off.
No, she's cool, man. She's awesome. She's kept me on track.
Hey, do you get along with the Iron Sheik?
No, he's an idiot.
He's on the phone if you want to speak to him.
Hey, put him on.
Put him on? All right. Hold on, Dave. You're on too. But
all right.
Let me make sure. Iron Sheik, good morning. Iron Sheik.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. It's Howard Stern.
Hello, Mr. Howard Stern.
You're on.
How are you, sir?
Good. You're on with Hulk Hogan. He says he doesn't get along with you, but he would be willing to talk to you.
Well, if he wants to, but he insulted me. I didn't insult him. Well, he insulted me. The day I lost my belt to him, he come in the locker room. He said, Shiki, baby, I love you. I owe you one. Now he tell me I'm an idiot. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
What is this about? Because I've heard Iron Sheik say this before. He says the day he lost the belt to you, you were going to do something for him. You promised him.
Something was going to happen.
What do you want Hulk to do? I mean, Hulk's kind of down and out right now. He's going through a lot of shit. I mean, what do you want him to do for you, Sheik?
Well, I'm same thing. My wife left me. I live in the apartment. I'm broke, and especially I'm not on your show anymore since Killer Comedian. But I want to let you know over the story. Your radio is number one in the world. You're number one.
Thank you.
Hulk Hogan used to get along with him, but he.
Do you want to move in with the Hulk?
He bullshit me since that he respects me because
Hulk, what about that?
New Jersey, he said, "Shiki baby, I love you," and I lost my belt to him. He said, "Shiki baby, I owe you one," but I called him. He didn't even return my call back.
Hulk,
but
what about? He's worse than a wife. Hulk.
I'm by myself. I live alone, and I'm in the apartment. So, but I want to let you know, Hulk Hogan, I'm not fucking idiot. You are a fucking idiot to lie to me. People tell me break your fucking leg, check the belt, come to the middle.
Sheik, what year did this happen?
Poor Hulk.
Do you have a lot of this with a lot of your old wrestling pals?
You know, since we wrestled and he lost the belt to me, I probably wrestled him 200 times since then.
Right.
You know, and now he's saying, after you lost the belt to me, you said to me to fuck off. Well, he's out of his mind.
You gave him a bunch of
I'm going to call those New Jersey cops on you to bust you again. You better shut up.
Fuck you, jabroni piece of shit, Bubba. He's a stooge. He kissed your ass.
Bubba.
Piece of garbage. How many times he sold out Madison Square Garden? How many times he been around the world, Tokyo, Japan, like you and I was?
What does the Sheik want from you? Do you have any
He's
idea?
out of his mind, dude.
What does he want you to do? Let's figure this out. Maybe we can help him
No,
out.
he's just an idiot. He's always like this. He's gone. Yeah, and then he'll kiss your ass and hug you when he sees you. You know,
Right.
He's just working the gimmick. Same old thing.
So this is an act?
Yeah, he'll see me 2 weeks from now and give me a hug. Yo, Ashiki, you got to kiss it in my ass because you're the shittiest wrestler I've ever worked with. You only had one main event in New York. After that, you were a jabroni doing jobs for everybody. You suck. Your curled up toes suck. And if you don't shut up, I'll stretch your ass.
Well, you know, I was in a jabroni. I put you over. And Brad Reagan's my student and myself. Without me, Hulk Hogan, you'll never be like Michael Jordan. Because all intelligent...
You're the biggest guy in wrestling there ever was, right? And is everyone jealous?
Before you, but I respect you, but you don't respect me. I forgive you because I'm a bigger.
All right.
Oh, you're going to forgive.
Thank you. I forgive you too, Sheik. I love you.
I love you too, man.
All right. Thanks, Sheik.
That's wrestling, man. There you go.
Wow. Well, there you go. If only it could be that easy between you and your ex-wife.
Yeah, you resolve that a lot quicker.
Right. You resolved. Why can you resolve that, but you can't resolve the thing with your ex-wife?
I don't know, man.
I thought that was going to be impossible to resolve, and that's already over.
No, the next time I see you, give me a big hug and tell me it's crazy.
Yeah, well, you can't figure it out. Listen, Hulkamania still exists. You have that. You have your fans.
Well, I'm working hard. I'm working hard. Thank you.
You got me. You got Bubba.
Thank you.
You got friends. You got people.
Thank you.
Don't worry about this. It's going to work itself out. It's got to. You got your lawyer. You got Dave. Let
he's
Dave
cool.
worry about it. And
Yeah, I'm trying to get some stuff going. We just, believe it or not, this is insane.
Right.
We just got done filming Celebrity Championship Wrestling.
What?
Now, what is
It's
that?
insane.
Now, what are you saying?
What are you talking
It's
about?
the
Who wrestles?
craziest thing. Listen, check this out. Brutus, who's out in the hallway, was one of my coaches.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The other coach was a guy named Nasty Boy Brian Knobs. And we had 3 judges. I was a judge. Okay, baby. Jimmy Hart was a judge. And Eric Bischoff was a judge. It was a reality show. And we had these, and I thought these stars would take this as a
What
joke.
stars?
Okay. Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danny don't laugh. Danny Bonaducci.
No, we
Oh,
like
I
Danny.
know Daniel being for a
Don't
fight.
laugh about this one. Believe me. Dustin Diamond, Screech.
Oh,
he was one, no. I know you're going to say no.
no.
He was one of the best wrestlers. He had the psychology. I mean, he was so good in the ring. It was ridiculous. We had Butterbean, the boxer.
Right.
And the best athlete of all. This is going to blow your mind. Todd Bridges.
Is it a good show?
Oh, dude.
When does that air?
Now, let me tell you something. In October, and it's on CMT, and they gave us a good enough budget to really shoot the show the right way. And what is so crazy, I know a little bit about wrestling. I watched the WWE. It's the only show in town. It's pretty much a cookie-cutter, repetitive type little situation. And I didn't watch for a while, but I've really been watching it lately just to microscope it.
You still friends with Vince?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till you see what we've got. I mean, it is going to blow your mind when you see, and Bubba's going to probably do the voiceovers for us. He said he would. But when you see what we've got, it's going to give, it's like the art form. It tells a story. You know, the good guys, the bad guys. You get on the edge of your seat, you cheer, you boo. It's what they're.
That sounds. I would watch that.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
It's not. And we had Tiffany. Oh my God! When I eliminated Tiffany, you know how Donald Trump says you're fired?
Yeah.
You know what my line was?
What was it?
You're a jabroni. Get out of my ring. When I said it to Tiffany, the singer, she wanted to fight me. She went out in the parking lot, wanted to fight me.
She becomes a wrestler too?
She wrestled. We had this girl named Erin that was Tabitha on Bewitched. We had this Playboy girl, Nikki Ziering.
Yeah.
And we had
we
this
know Nikki.
Trish Shell from the Real World that was in the hot tub with everybody doing her thing. You know?
Really?
And so it was insanely insane. Oh my God.
And what about...
This is the greatest of all. Frank Stallone started out working his gimmick, doing his big brother Sly Stallone boxing gimmick.
Yeah.
2 weeks into the show, he found himself. He became a full-blown drag queen.
What?
And I told Frank, I said, Frank, we don't have these clothes in wardrobe. He goes, don't worry, I'll bring them from home.
Frank Stallone wore women's clothes?
Wait till you see this. Full-blown drag queen. He found himself.
What do you mean found himself? You mean he
found his character. It has to be an extension of it has to it has to be an extension of what you really are for
So
it to
you're
work.
telling me he had a closet full of women's clothes at home?
All I got to tell you is after the last show, when we had the rap party, he didn't take the eyelashes off.
Oh,
he didn't take the makeup off.
Holy
He didn't take the clothes off. Frank Stallone found
I know
himself.
Frank.
brother.
I can't even believe it.
Ask him about it. I told him I was going to.
Also, what is this, American Gladiators, Monday nights at 8 o'clock on NBC? You're part of that?
Yeah, bro. Oh, stop it, man.
This is the second
What is your?
season.
I don't know anything about American Gladiators.
I'm going to tell Brooke never to talk to you again.
Oh, I'm going to. You know,
Layla
you're
Ali.
lucky I'm getting married.
Layla Ali
you know
is
I'd
my
be your son-in-law?
I wish you were. Layla Ali.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Layla Ali.
I treat her right, I'll tell you that.
I know you would. Layla Ali is
She
my
wouldn't be in-
co-host.
and she wouldn't be in Playboy.
Can I talk about Layla?
Well, he's talking about marrying your daughter.
Okay.
Talking about marrying your daughter now, and you're going to talk about Layla
Well, if
Ali?
she's married to you, she wouldn't have to be in Playboy. Layla Ali is my co-host.
Right.
She's doing great. We got American Gladiators coming up this Monday night. It's like the semifinals, the first hour from 8 to 9. Then from 9 to 10, we got the finals for American Gladiators.
It's
on NBC, 8 o'clock.
I know a girl who actually competes in it.
Oh, yeah?
And this girl is an animal.
And you know what else I want you to check out?
Yes.
I finally got my website up and running, HulkHogan.com, and I've
What
got
goes
something
on?
you guys need.
What?
I've got Hulk Hogan energy granules.
Now listen, don't horseshit me. What do you mean energy granules?
I need 'em right
let's say
now.
I'm going for a run. I got to go run 6 miles.
What it is, you know how Red Bull has that edgy aftertaste and stuff to it? I had the Hulk Hogan granules on the set of Celebrity Championship Wrestling. Everybody loved them because everybody loved them because
caffeinated.
Yeah, there's a little bit of caffeine in it.
Right.
But I'm telling you, bro, it's the best thing going. I did the whole thing with all the energy drinks, the Red Bull, the Monster, but the Hulk Hogan energy granules. I'm telling you, it's
How
going to
many
be a home run.
calories are in it?
None.
Zero.
Zero.
You know, I got to maintain this figure. I can't.
You
go
look
just-
great.
That's
But when
right.
you get a chance, I'm serious, go to HulkHogan.com and check it out. I'm trying, brother.
Listen.
You have any of those here today? I could use one right now. Greg.
I wish, bro.
Look at him. He's falling
He's
apart
falling
over there.
asleep
Help
right
him out.
No, granules. I'm going to get them.
He needs a granule. He needs.
Yeah.
He needs.
So
he needs
how's
energy.
my boy Bubba doing, honestly?
Bubba is doing great. Number one, Bubba is number one in Tampa. He went back on terrestrial radio.
I
and
heard he's getting more
killing.
stations.
He's getting more stations. He's doing great, and I congratulate him for that. Secondly, he's kicking ass here on Sirius. He's got the, he's on our channels.
Yeah.
He's got the second most listened to show on Sirius.
On Sirius,
That's awesome.
And he's doing fantastically well. And I
Yeah, but
love
you're the
guy.
one that hired him and gave him the shot because nobody else would touch
You're
him.
damn right. We met, and I saw he was a good guy and a decent human being and a talented guy, and I'm glad I have an association with him, to be quite honest with you. And it's been a very, very positive association. I just spoke to him yesterday on the phone. We talked for a couple of minutes.
Is that right?
We check in with each other, and we see
Well,
how
that's
things
good
are going.
because I mean now with the merger we have a universe of about 20 million people.
Yeah. You see,
How come you won't hire me to do a radio show?
Do you wanna
real
do
talk? Real talk with Hulk Hogan.
You want to
brother.
do a radio show?
Oh, yeah.
Are you up to it?
I could do it. Could I work out of Bubba's studio in Tampa?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Why not?
That'd be awesome.
And you're going to talk real. I mean, you're going to tell me. Actually, you
dude,
kind of do.
The only thing I got going
talk a lot more real than I do.
Dude, the only
More than he has been.
The only thing I got going for me now is the truth. If I did it, I'm going to say I did it.
It works. It works for you.
I'm
All right,
telling
well,
you.
we'll talk about it. I'll get you hooked up with Tim Sabian, and we're going to start a dialogue.
Yeah, that'd be
That's what's
awesome.
gonna happen.
Who's
Good.
the guy at the top? Greenstein?
Scott Greenstein.
Yeah, Greenstein.
All right, well, we'll talk to Greenstein, too.
He said something to me about that a few years ago, but it was time I was too busy running around. But I think maybe if we, did it and got real talk with Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah, maybe that's something you got to explore. Look, you got a lot going on. You got American Gladiators.
Yes, sir.
You got all
how
the-
many more shows can you
You
do?
got Celebrity Championship Wrestling this fall on CMT. You got all this shit going on.
Don't forget HulkHogan.com. Come on.
And HulkHogan.com and the caffeinated
The energy
The
granules.
energy granules.
If it acts like speed, I'm
What do you
wrong.
do with the granules? Do you pop them in your mouth or do you put them in water? What do you do with these?
You can,
do whatever you want.
You can put them they're like pixie sticks, you know, and they just dissolve right in your mouth. They taste great.
And you're actively involved in the company. You believe in the product, or you just you're out there just.
No, the stuff's good, man. It's really good. I'd need to send you guys a few cases.
Send me some cases. I'm going to start taking it.
Really?
I'll see what happens.
Will you really?
Yeah, sure I would.
You'll
Why
tell
not?
me if you like it?
Yeah, we'll try it.
That's
Why not?
awesome, man.
Look.
Don't come in here with a priapism.
And by the way, if Brooke does Playboy, I'm going to have to look at the pictures.
Why don't you bring Brooke in here and have a talk with her about this?
Oh, I talked. You know what? I got to tell you about your daughter. I'm going to tell you something.
Wait till you see her now, bro.
What do you mean?
She's got in crazy shape.
Chiseled?
Training. You know, she went through that.
I find her very attractive. I have to say, she's a young girl. I know what you're saying.
No, but now she's 20 years old. All of a sudden,
if I was single, I would go. You know, but I'd be afraid. You know what? Let's say I start a relationship with her and it doesn't work out. You're going to come looking for me. I don't want that. I don't need that aggravation.
Well, there must have been some other guys who've had relationships with Brooke. He hasn't killed anybody yet.
Yeah, but me, it's different.
Oh, then he'll kill you.
Look at me. You really want me all over your beautiful little daughter? Come on, think about it. You know what? It wouldn't work. Forget it.
It wouldn't work?
No. Because
I don't need any more problems.
You don't need me in your life. I'm telling you right now. What is it, Ralph? What do you want to say to Hulk real quick?
Hey, now, Hulk, great guest. I mean, it'd be really great if you could talk about everything. Obviously, your lawyer's there and stuff. And be
well, he's pretty much, what do you think is missing from the story?
He's been pretty open.
I'm sure there's can you imagine how great it'll be when he's back and he can talk about everying, right?
I feel like your lawyer didn't step in once.
The lawyer stopped him on one question and one question
Whether
only.
he was fucking. Pre-separation.
Why, Hulk, would you and Howard? I mean, why not have Brooke do Playboy? This can only help your career at this point. Look at what it did for Paris Hilton, that sex tape and everything.
But she's got. You see,
she's got something going on.
I tell you, this is what I would tell. I'll tell you what she has going on. She's got a hit reality show. Now you're going to say, "Oh, so what? What do you mean? Oh, come on." She could probably make a ton of dough right now, just being a personality from the TV show, meaning appearances, going out and doing all these different things. Second, you do Playboy, it does take it into another realm.
No, not these days.
You don't think so?
No.
Although Carmen Electra did Playboy, Pam Anderson did Playboy, but Pam Anderson didn't have a reality show when she did Playboy.
But that's the point.
Doesn't she have a reality show now?
Now she does.
Now she does.
But she started her career by doing Playboy. She didn't.
And then she went to Baywatch and exploded. So
right, but Brooke already has a television presence.
I mean, do you think Hulk wants to know if his daughter's totally shaved? Seriously, do you know?
No, bro, I don't know, and I don't care.
That.
But the thing is, I didn't squash it. I said, tell them you're interested and see what they want, think about it, and just make the right decision.
All right.
I'll tell her to call me. She should do it.
Oh God,
Ralph wants to be
because
Ralph Mania is running wild.
Yeah. Well, listen, Hulkster.
Thank you.
It's great seeing you. I'm sorry you're going through all this.
It's okay, bro. I'm going to be good, man.
This is a tough part of your life, but we hope that it passes painlessly or as
pain-free as
possible. And
but you know what, dude? The weird thing is I was telling Larry King, a month or so ago that when I go out in the street, the people are so supportive, and they're so positive. I think everybody's kind of figured out who everybody is now,
Yeah, I don't know what to think. Listen, I don't know Linda. You know what I mean? I just know you, and I know what you're saying and stuff, and I don't know what her side of the story is and all that. And believe me, that's going to be the show. When you and Linda come in here and we work it right out on the air. If she was here right now, I guarantee you we'd work this thing right out. You want to know what? I'm going to tell you something. If you ever do speak to Linda or your lawyer speaks to the lawyer, tell her, come in on here with Hulk. I guarantee you. I could bang out an agreement between the two of you in an hour.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Back tomorrow. And
You're that good.
And I'll tell you why I'm that good. Listen, I went through a divorce.
Yes, but both of you are reasonable human beings.
I guarantee you there's a reasonable point that you can make everybody see, and I could do it.
All right.
I'm not bullshitting you.
He's offering.
I could sit down there and say, listen, here's the millions you're going to save in legal fees if we bang this out right now. Here's the realistic best deal that a person ever got in Florida or California or New York. And if I say that to Linda and I show it to her.
Do you ever take into account the other party wants to inflict pain and suffering?
Yes.
Thank you.
I will take that into account. And I'll...
What? What will you do then?
I'll let her piss on Hulk's face, okay? And then it'll be over. You're going to have to take some humiliation. You just lay down on the floor.
I've been eating shit sandwiches for 20 years.
There you go. A little piss ain't going to hurt.
All right, listen.
You're brutal.
I am putting that out. I am putting that out there, and I'm not kidding about it. I think I could get it done. I think I could get it done, and I'm not just bullshitting you. I really do. I think I'm a rational guy. Dave, line it up.
Well, line it up.
Why are you on the phone with us? Why aren't you on the phone with a lawyer? You just heard what I said. So that's the problem with you. Everyone's paying you to be on the phone. Now get on there, okay, Dave?
All right.
There
We're
you
in
go.
charge. We'll have you down there.
All right, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's afraid of guys like me. I'll straighten the whole fucking thing out.
I wish.
You're not kidding. All right, look. Be well. We'll meet again.
Thank you.
All right. Hulk Hogan, everybody.
Yeah.
Hulk, how'd it go, man?
It went great. It went real good. You know, we're just making money in the free world. Everything's cool, man. You know, Howard let me talk about HulkHogan.com, which is a good thing. And we talked about the ex-wife. What is that? Wife, ex-wife, whatever it is. Chuck, you know something about that stuff.
Soon-to-be ex-wife.
Come on, Zito. Wait a minute. We can get Pam Anderson's opinion about exes. Chuck Zito's opinion about exes.
I got
When
one,
does
too.
the pain end? When does the pain end? When does the hate?
Stop getting married.
It stays.
That's what they tell me.
It stays.
I like the weddings, but the marriages are hard.
The weddings are fun, right?
The marriage is like commitment and shit.
Yeah.
That's why there's 3 rings to a marriage: engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering.
Damn, brother.
Ooh, that was heavy, brother.
Wow, dude.
That's
Man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Words
strong.
of wisdom.
You know, they say don't get married, just buy a woman you hate a house.
That's a lot cheaper. No doubt.
See,
not for me.
when I got divorced from my wife, I didn't know what good housekeeper she was. When we got divorced, she kept the house.
Jeez.
So you had a good time then today?
Yeah, it was cool. No pressure, you know. Last time I was in there with my wife, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Is it hard talking about that stuff now?
Not anymore. Not anymore, man. We're cool. You know, I just hope that my 50-year-old wife and her 19-year-old boyfriend are happy sleeping.
We'll return tomorrow with all new Sirius shows. So for now, enjoy this new episode.
Hey, what's up, man? This your boy Uncle Luke, and I'm down here talking about my new show, Luke's Parental Advisory. Comes on VH1 August 4th, 10:30 at night, and you know, show is crazy. It's a lot of fun. You know, my kids are beating the shit out of me, put it that way, and I let America see it and see.
You're looking forward to being on Howard's show today? It's been a while.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I'm always looking forward to be on Howard's show. I mean, it's like when I come to New York, I got to go to Carnegie Dellon, I got to go to Howard's show, so it's important for me to be here. It's like I got to see my man.
You know? Sounds good. Have fun, man.
Cool.
Our first guest of the morning is here. Luke Skywalker, Uncle Luke, Luke Campbell. Call him what you want. Luther Campbell, yes. Luther Campbell is on the rise once again. He's got it all together.
He never completely goes away.
He never goes away. He keeps on coming at you in show business. You know, it's so hey, Luther.
Hey, what's happening, Howard?
What's happening, man? Good seeing you.
I'm good, man.
Haven't seen you in a while, man. Big things happening, huh?
Yeah, you know, I go away. I don't like to be overexposed.
Yeah, exactly. I can appreciate that. But I'll tell you, you're always a great guest. It's always good to hear what's going on in your life. How did this reality show come about? I mean, somebody quite wisely said this guy's got to have some life, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, all my friends always say I'm a walking reality show.
But don't you think your life when you were with Two Live Crew, the famous rap group, don't you think that would have been some reality show at that point?
Oh, my God. I don't think anybody could have taken it.
Now you're more of a family man, right?
Yeah. This show is more of a family type show, but I have all the tapes of us being together. So just, you know, I'll send you some of those tapes.
You're not
They're
even
called freak shows.
Yeah, you're not even friends with those guys anymore, right? Two Live Crew.
Only one of them. The other two, not really.
The other two accuse you of shit. They say.
Yeah.
They said. I heard they said that Luther Campbell had nothing to do with Two Live Crew.
Yeah, and they haven't made a hit since.
I know. And they said that you went and stole all their stuff, and that you took their advance and all that kind of thing.
So how did you get everything if you had nothing to do with anything?
I know, right? That's funny.
How did you get in the room with the money?
I know, right? Yeah, because I was the one busting my ass every day, doing all the work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I saw some of those stories. You know, I got to deal with Atlantic Records. You know, for my record company, I was the record executive while they were getting high and everything back there.
Yeah,
they kind of make the claim that, like you were doing nothing, you just took the money, and you were the advance man, you were the guy, the hype man, but you didn't actually do the rapping and the singing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's all bullshit. You know that?
That hurts you, though, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Because it's the first time that they ever came out and said anything about me. I mean, because I could have just sprayed them all over the place many years ago about different things, and, I won't do that. Basically, it was me and Mr. Mix.
Right.
We were the one, behind Two Live Crew, and if you notice that they haven't made a hit song since, and me and Mix, we keep doing our thing.
That's a tough game, that rap game, isn't it?
It's real tough.
Yeah, it's
if
hard.
you ain't killing nobody, you ain't getting no hit records.
You grow up in the ghetto where things were tough? Did you
really? Liberty
City,
City, yeah.
So you knew what was happening, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that's why I never want to rap about shooting and killing and all that. I mean, because I think people in the hood just need to be happy. So I always talked about sex.
Yeah, you're happier out of that life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have to kick a brother's ass?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I had to do a lot of ass kicking.
And you were able to do it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How did you learn to fight? Were you just because you were in so many fights, or did you take karate? What did you learn?
No, I had 4 older brothers, older than me.
And they would beat the shit out of you regularly?
And they would beat the shit out of me.
And then you would learn how to fight back.
Exactly. And then, and we would fight family against family in the hood.
Did you used to pack a pistol and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You were a gangster?
Yeah. No, I wasn't no gangster.
Right.
It was at one point, it was like the Wild Wild West. You had to have a pistol.
You're saying family against family. Families would fight each other.
Yeah, if somebody's big brother was to want to fight me, then my big brother would come out. Before you know it, everybody's in the streets.
Now, you still get along with your brothers?
Yeah.
They're okay?
Yeah, I just saw them the other day. All of them, in one room when I got married last week.
You got married last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his new reality show. He found love. How old are you now?
I'm 47.
So 40. This is your first marriage?
First marriage.
This is the first broad you ever found?
First woman I ever found.
Do you think it's a difference in you, or do you think it's a difference, because you're an older man now, and then you say, oh, now I'm ready to settle
down a little bit.
I had all the pussy I could ever possibly handle. Is that it? Is that what really changed, or is she really some special lady?
She's really a special lady. I mean, it's just, I'm like a
None of
guy.
the others were special.
No. I just wanted to be friends with the other ones. Everybody was being interviewed to be Miss Campbell, and, they just didn't cut it.
Is she super hot?
Yeah, super hot.
Where do you find this girl?
She's from Dallas, Texas.
Now, I imagine she's a much younger girl than
Now,
you.
wait a minute. What are you telling me? The reality show is Finding Luke a woman?
No.
No, he already got the woman. It's his life.
Yeah, I already had the woman.
All right, because I was like, no, we're not doing that.
No, we couldn't do that.
Where'd you meet this broad?
I met her at Jerry's Deli on South Beach.
And you see a black woman, I assume?
Of course.
You mostly into black chicks, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't marry a white chick. That'd be all over. That would just not look right.
No, I could marry a white chick.
No, I mean, not that you couldn't have, but I mean, a lot of brothers would have lost faith in you, I think.
Yeah, they would. All the black girls would have killed me.
Is this
Robin would have been talking about me every week.
Oh,
That's fucked up. Luke had to go marry a white girl.
Luke, is she
Why would I talk about you?
Is she a light-skinned black girl?
She's same complexion as Robin.
And white features, kind of the thinner nose and the thin lips and all this?
She's nice and petite.
She's petite.
She's not one of the girls that people would think, I would marry. Everybody think I would marry one of the dancers with the big booty and all that, big breasts and all that. Yeah. I'm not into that.
I want to get back to this. How often do you wash your hair?
At least twice a week.
At least twice a week?
Yeah.
See, Robin?
Twice a week? He didn't say twice a day.
I didn't say twice. Robin claims that black people's scalps are different than white people's scalps.
I didn't say the scalp.
Really?
I said our hair.
She goes
we don't
running.
have oily hair.
No, we don't have oily hair.
All right.
No.
I still think you should wash your hair every day.
We add oil in our hair.
Right. I know.
Yeah. You gotta
grease it up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe you know something about black people, Robin, that I don't know.
See, you always said I didn't know anything about black people.
You really don't. I have to teach her everything about black people.
You need to come hang out with me, Robin.
I'm going to hang out with you and become black.
How often does your wife wash her hair?
She washes it at least a couple times a week.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Now, you meet this girl at a deli, and you probably figure this is just another one you're going to rack up on your belt. You're going to sit there and just fuck her a couple of times and then move on, right? Was that the plan?
No, that wasn't the plan. The plan, I mean, she was, when I saw her, it was like, damn, she's hot, you know.
Right.
And then when we started talking, I saw that she was smart.
But did she say to herself, wait a second, I know this guy.
Yeah.
He fucks.
He's a mess.
You fucked 4 girls at one time, didn't you?
Of course.
Yeah. What's that like?
Come on, Howard, you know.
I never had 4.
Don't.
No.
You know, come on now.
I'm
Don't
telling
front,
you, man,
Howard. You know you done had 4.
No.
No?
Had 2. And I didn't even have sex with him.
You didn't have
one blew me.
You didn't have one eating each other and you doing the other one and the other one. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that
when
movie?
you had the 4 girls in your bed, did you have intercourse with all 4 of them?
No. One was having sex with the other one.
Right.
And the other one was having sex with me, and I was having sex with the other one.
These are all black girls or white girls?
All black girls.
Really? All black girls?
Yeah.
Going down on each other? A lot of black girls, I don't think, like to go down on each other.
No, that's old. That's old now.
That's old school.
No, that's old. No, they getting down now.
Really?
You know, I mean, a lot of black girls start losing a lot of black guys to, white girls. So,
right.
Black girls are giving good head and everything these days.
Yes. Now, how old is... No, but you once said, I'll quote you, actually. You said, black women make the best lovers because they're very athletic. You said, white women give the best head.
Yeah.
You said Asian women are too fragile.
Yeah.
Too fragile? What does that mean?
Yeah,
they break?
I mean,
it's like needy. I mean, like
no.
Psychologically fragile or physically fragile?
Physically, they're not too active in bed.
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, it's like they just lay there. It's like you might as well get a blow up doll.
You had a point there. When a girl just lays there, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that's not good. It makes you feel like you with a blow up doll.
Yeah, you're right.
You've never been with an Asian. That was a surprise to you.
That is a surprise to me.
Howard, I'm finding out a lot of things.
Yeah.
You haven't been with an Asian woman?
No.
You haven't been with 4 women?
Nah.
Oh, shit.
I tell you, man.
You got to come down to Miami and hang out with me.
Well, you're not doing that stuff anymore, are you?
No. Got the ring. I like to flash the girls now. I'm like, yeah.
Really? You're being faithful?
Yeah, I am. This is going on my second week.
Second week?
Second week is being faithful?
No, not
He's
faithful.
like a guy who just stopped drinking.
Good for you, man. No, being married.
How long have you been faithful to this woman?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah,
You're not bullshitting me.
No, I'm not bullshitting.
You also said Latino women, and this is your description, you said they scratch too much. What does that mean?